Hello.
And we are live, and we got Cranky here. And I need to ask the sound chat: is there any weird noise on my end? Background noise. So we got a wounded. Someone wounded just showed up. So we got a wounded just showed up.
You get the hair fixed.
We got background.
I don't know if it's audio or yours.
Well, that was your
Audio or yours. Hold on. Let me switch it down.
I picked a bad day to quit sniffing glue.
Yeah, that was pretty loud.
Oh, okay. We got Vanessa Kitty here. We got Uncle John here. Just Jeff is here. Andy 79Z28 is here. Trees Blown is here. M1A1 Abrams is here. Pippa is here. Hey guys. Yeah, so when Ozark showed up, it was like, and we have whack, whack.
I know.
All right, you figure it out, Ozark. Or can you talk?
I can talk. I got too many speakers going here.
Yeah, you sound fine now. Sound just fine.
Yeah, so I smoked 2 whole pork roll chubs, and then I did a pastrami. So I made that hot pastrami sandwich with rye. That was dinner. And but I then I sliced all that smoked pork roll for breakfast sandwiches.
Oh yeah, I gotta see if I can pull up that picture. That sandwich looked awesome. Oh yeah, and it was on rye. Oh yeah.
I love that smoker thing, that vertical smoker.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm not hearing sound twice, 3 seconds apart anymore.
That sandwich looked great.
Oh yeah, I am doing Preacher's deer pastrami this week. I'm going to start that pickling process, and next weekend I'll smoke it, cook and smoke it. I got about 15 pounds of deer ready to go.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
4th of July we'll be having deer pastrami.
I love that, and yeah, and that sandwich. I got to do some rye bread. Got to do rye bread. Oh, baby. Did you do the homemade rye bread? Or?
No, not for that. No, not today. And
I love pumpernickel rye, the dark one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Warsaw Patriot is here. Yeah, that looked really good. So let's see. What's the weather like for you, Ozark? I know it's warm.
Low 80s. Humidity's up a little bit. We got rain expected tonight. Front's supposed to blow on through here, and tomorrow we're working on the shop, getting the last of the concrete prep ready. So I'll finally be able to do the video. I wanted to have all that done before I did my next little update. And we were going to do it today, but one of the guys was going to help. His daughter's softball team won Friday night, so they were in a tournament this morning. He was like, hey, can we do it Sunday? So I'm like, works for us. So Twine and I went and saw Maverick. Dude, they did a great job. They did a really great job. A lot of nostalgia from the first movie in there. They did a great job.
So
that's what I heard. I heard it was good.
Oh shit, your battery's running low. How can it be running low?
Plug it in, plug it in.
Well, he said short chat.
Yeah,
It is
5 minutes.
Yeah.
See ya.
Oh,
It's going to be 10%, 9%.
it got unplugged.
Oh, my beautiful wife is calling me.
Okay, Chris 338 is here. Michael Hurtneck is here. So, oh, he's on the phone with the wife. Okay, so it's 80s where Cranky is. You've been working in the garden all day.
Fuzz.
Fuzz is here. Hey, Fuzzy. Yeah, it's warm here. I don't like it when it's hot.
Twine's having epoxy issues. I'll be right back.
Epoxy ish. Oh,
She's doing some Intarsia deal. So
okay.
she said, I'm in a pickle. I need some help. Gotta go. I'll be right back.
And now she's stuck to the phone. You know how epoxy is.
Yep.
It's like, Joe. Oh. Okay, so let's see. We got Warsaw on the side here. All right, so yeah, I didn't do too much today. I don't like working in the heat, but there's a lot to do. Let's see, Fuzzy's here. I think we're caught up.
What I need to do is get to the range. I want to try out that 380, that Smith & Wesson Shield. I got to shoot it. I took the barrel out and I did some plunk tests of a bunch of the 380 that I have loaded already. That I loaded for the Walther, and it all plunks. So I'm gonna just shoot that and see how it goes.
Yeah, Cranky has a couple new toys. One of them is a classic rifle.
Yeah, well, I don't have it yet. I'll have it Monday. So
yeah, why don't we hear about it?
So when I went to go pick up the Smith & Wesson Shield, Maria had just had her gallbladder out, right? And I had the whole day off. So, because I hadn't been able to get there to pick it up because work was too busy. So I figured, all right, after her surgery, I'll go. And I called him, and he's like, he was at an estate sale. He was finishing up. He needed like an hour and a half. So I went, got her pain meds, and then went and met him. And after like doing the paperwork, he shows me 2 rifles that he brought, back from the estate sale that he thought I might be interested in. One was another Winchester, Model 94 3030. I think it's 1960. It was nice, but it did have one issue around the barrel band. Someone had put like a aftermarket sling mount, and the screws pulled through.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it was beautiful. The wood was beautiful. And then the other one was an M1 Garand, which I'm not a Milcert person. I don't know a lot about them. He told me the gratings for the muzzle and the chamber. It is a high serial number. Looking online now, it's probably in that 1982 range. I think it was Springfield Armory did a bunch in 1982 that start with the 7 million range or whatever. And it was they used I guess parts from God knows where, but so it's probably going to have mixed match parts. I didn't spend a hell of a lot of time looking at it. I looked at it. I saw its condition. It was in, what I thought really nice condition for one. So yeah, I told him I drove home. I told Maria, I was like, I think I want it, and she's like, go ahead, So I just called him, or I sent him an email saying, yeah, I want it. So he was going out of town, so I can't get it till Monday. But so I hope it's a shooter.
Is it a 30-06?
I think it is. I remember seeing. At least I think I remember seeing. Like I said, I didn't look at, Every
Did
detail.
he
I
say it
remember
was a
seeing
World War?
3006.
Did he say it was a World War II edition or a Korean War edition? That tells you right there.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Well, they still use the OT-6 in Korea, but
They converted to 308. The Navy did, then the Marines did. It's just that little nylon block in a barrel change.
I didn't see a nylon block in there though.
Well, there was a couple kinds. The early ones were a chamber insert in the chamber. Okay, and you had to make sure
Correct.
it didn't come out. You got to make sure that didn't come out with the brass sometime. And then then they went putting on 308 barrels later. But 1982, this is what the heck? Did they redo them in 82 and add a number or what? I was thinking 50s if it's newer.
Well, Springfield's making Grands now. You can buy a brand new one from Springfield Armory.
Yeah, but 82 does not ring a bell at all. Anyone in the Thorzaks is here.
I don't know. That's what I read online. They said they started making them in 82 from spare parts, and they started with the 7 million whatever serial number.
Okay, and did they put new barrels on it? Because it sounds like you got a good chamber erosion test, number 1.
Yeah, right? The chamber's 1.5, and the muzzle was 2.
Oh, that's right. That's that scoring system on them. I know enough to get myself in trouble, so that's about it. I know you got to check the gas blocks on them.
It's probably in really good shape. So,
yeah, like I said, actually, you kind of told me that we got it from an estate sale. So obviously, some guy had it and was keeping it. It wasn't someone that's looking to get rid of it.
Yeah, estate sales are usually good. That's their keepers. Okay, hello Andy. Hello Warsaw Patriot.
How you doing?
Good.
So Twine's emergency. She was doing a glue up on a woodworking project, and we were at Lowe's today after the movie, and she bought the little double syringe 2-part epoxy, and unbeknownst to me, she also bought a tube of the Gorilla Glue. That's the toothpaste style tube. Well, she's squeezing away, and on that tube, and she said, "Well, quit coming out." And then she realized the base had come undone. It was coming out the back. She was two-handed against her stomach, and all of a sudden she had half a cup of Gorilla Glue all over her front.
Best cure for that is hand sanitizer and alcohol.
Yeah, epoxy is always fun. You got to be ready.
This shirt's going in the trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this was regular Gorilla Glue. She wasn't using the epoxy.
Oh, okay.
And then I told her, I said, you have to, it's Gorilla Glue. You got to put water to activate it. So you should be dipping the wood in water and then gluing it. I forgot about that. So, when she gets in the shower, she's going to start foaming up. She's got Gorilla Glue all over her front side. Oh, nice. It's in my front door.
What is that ringing noise?
That's my dang device. Ring. Oh, there's a stinking cat on my front porch.
Hey, you gotta love them though to take care of your mice.
Well, it's not our cat, so
regardless, you're doing yourself a bidding.
That's right. Uncle John, but that's a kitty. What do they do?
Corners and Doors is here.
Yeah, so how you been, Uncle Jim?
Fine. I just don't feel like working out in the yard in the heat.
You ain't the only one.
and I have plenty to do, and I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, I spent the day, I started up the Camaro. Hasn't been started in about a year and a half. And then I washed it, waxed it, cleaned the windows. That's another project done.
Do you disconnect the battery when you let her sit?
No, there is a battery disconnect in the car. It's required by the racing.
Yeah.
I have always leave a trickle charge on it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I get almost 7 years out of a battery.
Oh, dry cell. Yeah.
No, it's just
Whatever.
I forgot the brand of battery I have in there. It's it's a regular sealed wet cell.
No. Okay. Wow.
Is it in the trunk?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Once you go past a certain speed, they require shut off.
Mm-hmm. And what about the gas?
The gas?
Yeah.
When I'm not racing, I use aviation fuel. Okay, 100 octane low lead. When I race, it's 110 octane leaded gas.
Okay, and what kind of tank is it in?
Oh, it's plastic. It's a 12. Okay. It's a 12-gallon fuel cell.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it looks like fun. I've seen you've been putting that on the front of your videos. You know.
I just people never really venture in and look at the car per se. The couple of videos I have up from like 12 years ago. So I started some of the pictures I have and stuff I put in some of the videos. Don't have too many pictures. Whenever I go racing, none of my friends are into photography.
You gonna put a red dot on their fishing poles?
Yeah. Well, Georgia Boy hasn't done a shooting video forever, and I was like, just bring a gun on the boat when you're fishing, okay? Take care. Let's see some boat pops.
I remember when he got that 380, and he was clanging still at 50 yards with open sights of 380. He was having like a group of about 2 inches. I'm like, whatever lure you're using, keep that.
Yeah, he hit the milk jug like dead center at 50 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if he puts an optic on there, Preacher will catch something bigger. He's been catching a lot of small ones.
Well, do you see?
I don't know what trout stream he was on, but he was waylaying them for the bank fishing.
So you've done fishing, Uncle Jim?
No, I haven't been fishing in a long time since we moved. So we have trout around here all over the place. I'm sure there's bass. I just haven't looked into it. I guess there's I don't see a bunch of lakes near me, but I guess they're all over the place.
Because the reason why I asked, because I was watching, I forget what program it was on TV, but some guy literally got rammed by a freaking swordfish down in Florida, I believe it was. I'm like, holy shit, dude! He just got rammed by a freaking deal of the swordfish, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people get stabbed. They jump up and get you. You know what I mean?
Or they'll grab the bill when they're trying to pull them in, and they'll get slashed. Those bills, it's like shark skin, so it's like 60 grit, 40 grit sandpaper. Man, that sucker comes scraping across you. You're not happy. It's road rash.
Well, the one you got to worry about is the thresher shark in that tail.
Yeah.
They'll take your head off. I mean, you get like a 5-foot shark, but it's got an extra 5 foot of tail on it, and
sand sharks is that way too.
Whips it.
You're catching a 3-foot sand shark, and you think you're pulling up an engine block. That big old tail.
Let's see, we got tacos and French fries is here. How you doing? Old one guy is here, and Lead Bullet Junkie is here. How you guys doing? Yeah, I had a friend that when he was younger, he did swordfish, commercial swordfish fishing, and he said it can be dangerous. And it could, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
the one that hurts more people than anybody is a halibut.
Yeah.
Or how about a grouper?
Yeah. Everything that comes out of the ocean has teeth too. So
Yeah.
you don't go mouthing with your thumb anything that comes out of the ocean.
I'm a land lover. I get seasick anyway. I've been way out in the Puget Sound, but not my thing. No.
We fished off Grand Isle one year, and it was kind of a drought year. So the blue water was only about 25 miles out. And we came up on a sheet of plywood that probably blown off an oil derrick. And the captain was like, "Oh, hold on, right here. We're going to go fishing for mahi." And we caught so many fish that you just put your rod down because your arms had turned to jello. And that's before they had all these stinking regulations. You know, you could keep as many fish as you want as long as it was over, 24 inches, 26 inches, whatever it was, and it had to be a bull. You had to throw the sows back. And man, I love mahi. And then we got into the amberjack, and we came back with like 800 pounds of clean fish. We were giving fish to everyone. But man, what a trip. And the next year they put in all those stinking regulations where you can keep 2 amberjack, but they got to be between 20 and 24 inches. And, it's like, you're throwing fish back and their air bladders are ruptured, or the shark or the dolphins eat them on the way down, especially the snapper and the triggerfish and all those.
Oh yeah, and grouper. I remember doing
grouper
in the Gulf, and the dolphins were hanging right there at the boat, and you'd have to throw the grouper back because it's an inch short. You're throwing back like a 17-inch, grouper, and the dolphin just torpedoes right after it the second you hits the water.
Their air bladders hanging out of their mouth because you pulled them up from 150 feet.
Yeah, but the fish tries to get down, but it can't outrun the dolphin.
No. Oh, look at Warsaw.
Here's an example.
Yeah, I've seen where they got speared when they jump in. Yep, just like that. Let's see. Jason Stewart is here. Hey, Jason.
In Cancun, we had a barracuda come in the boat like that. You'll see some women scatter.
Andy, do you ever go fishing out in the ocean?
I did it years ago, but the guy I knew that got rid of his boat. So,
see, I just don't like that.
That's a big old marlin right there.
Yeah, but I only went out with him like for blackfish or flounders and fluke. I didn't go. He used to go way out for tuna because he catches it and sells it.
In his mouth.
He went right into his mouth.
Well, that'll clean the pipes. Yeah, they're dangerous.
We know he's not experienced. He's not experienced.
Twisted Twines is here. I hope you didn't stick to the phone. All right. Sorry.
It's
I'm a mess when it comes to glue also. Yes. I know you're just having a bad day. Honey, 1982 is here. So, yeah, I just don't love it in the deep ocean where the boat's just going up and down. I just don't like that.
Most people are fine till they go down to the head and it stinks and there's diesel fumes and all that. And that's when it gets them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where I am. If it's really rough, I start barfing. Yeah, I get sick. It's a dog.
Yeah, I don't like it when it gets too rough either. But sometimes you spend 2 hours to get all the way out there. If it
Yep.
blows up, you don't want to. You're screwed at that point anyway, because even if you head in, it's a couple hours of pounding the whole way in anyway. So you might as well just stay out there.
Yeah,
and
that's
get your
what-
fishing in.
another thing.
Drink as much Gatorade as you can.
Yeah, that's the other thing I don't like about it is you're stuck out there. You're forced. There is no getting out of it.
Yeah.
On a lake, you can get out of it. You can jump off and swim to shore. No big deal. It's smooth. Not out there.
And one both in we call Grinnell down here in the South. You think you got a monster, and it's an old trash fish from the dinosaur era.
Okay, does anyone believe in there's some kind of weird lake monsters all over the place?
Nope.
Supposed to be one here in Utah, up north.
Well, I did my advanced diver when I was in college on Lake Ouachita's dam, and we went all the way to the bottom of that sucker. It was and no giant catfish down there. Found a boat motor, but
Nice.
yeah, we went down to 120 feet, and I had to do our exercises down there. You get about, I don't know, about 45, 50 feet deep, and you get below the oxygen line. So you get below that, and there's no algae, and the water's clear as a bell.
Wow.
It's colder than hell, but clear as a bell.
We got Chico Wise in the house and Broke Loader in the house. Hey, guys. I'll post an extra linky if you guys want to come on here. I don't have to.
Chico's never been catfished.
When it comes to big fish, like sometimes you can't get them out; they're so dangerous. I've seen fishermen actually bring a Glock 9mm or 40 on them, and they actually had to put one in its head.
That's what Vanessa was saying. The halibut, they shoot him before they pulled him in the boat.
Yeah, that's what we do with the Makos.
Yeah,
My dad used a single shot 16 gauge.
yeah, take the struggle out of them. Yep. James Pullard is here. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Be right back.
Yeah, so
That's
I got the Camaro running today, and the neighbors were checking out how long my rubber marks were, my tire marks.
That gets everybody's attention, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, what it is most of this neighborhood around me is a lot of car people, even though that some of them don't even own cars. And when they hear that actually my car start up, they like come out to look at it. So,
Is it straight legal? Can you go run around Sonic with it?
it's street legal, but New York's new muffler law might be a problem. So,
The laws of New York.
oh, they're killing us here, man. It's like we're trying to cut down on noise pollution. Are you
Noise-
kidding?
You get rid of the politicians, you'll get rid of a lot of the noise pollution.
90% of the cars around here,
Tell them to legalize suppressors.
most of the cars around here on Long Island, or at least the ones that I know of, most of us just drive to a car show. Okay, there's only 10% of them that are like out on the street racing. Okay, not even that many, and it's those are the ones that created the law because of them.
How about remove the laws by removing Governor Hochul
Yeah, she's a
or Hochul, whatever her name is?
local or whatever. She's a nightmare.
She's pretty ugly looking.
And now they got on the table. It's gonna all these crazy new gun laws. They're gonna ban semi-automatic rifles. You can only get one if you get a permit, like a pistol permit.
And body armor removed too.
Yep, it's ridiculous.
New
Yeah,
York.
who knows what's
I
gonna
don't
happen
understand the body armor part because it's defensive.
Well, one of these shooters had body armor.
Yeah, I get it.
The kid in Texas did.
yeah. Right, I get it. But for everybody else, you're denying everybody else the opportunity to buy something that's purely defensive.
I agree, 3 million %.
it makes literally no sense.
Here's the
It's-
thing, too. Somebody's wearing a tactical vest. Oh, they got body armor. It's illegal. No, it's
It's not a
It's
steel
not-
plate.
right. I paid $49 at Midway for it, and it's got all the what are the loops called? I can't remember. But people think they're wearing body armor.
Anybody ever watch, what was it? What was it? Hang 'em High? Or one of those Clint Eastwood westerns
Oh.
where he puts that steel
That's-
plate.
That's the good, bad, and the ugly.
The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, yeah. Okay, and he puts that plate under him. No, that
Yeah.
wasn't the Good, Bad, and the Ugly. It was another one because it was
Well,
he was
Or Fistful of Dollars. One of
full
those.
dollars,
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah. And it's like he walks out and they're shooting him, and he goes down and he gets up. He says, "You gotta aim for the heart."
I love those old spaghetti westerns of Ricochet. Yeah. Half the shots for ricochets.
So it's no problem for me to pull a plate out of the machine shop and just put 2 holes in it, wear it with a piece of string.
Right.
Or there's another option. You could send all the leftist Nor'Urkers up to Canada, and we'll just take the freedom-loving Canadians here into America.
Oh yeah, you hear what they're doing up in Canada? All guns gone.
Handguns
Pistols and
removed.
semi-autos. So revolvers and shotguns and bolt actions and lever actions. Yeah.
We'll just see what the Canadian CCFR is going to do against that. So it's their version of the GOA up there.
Right.
I don't know, dude. It's just getting out of hand now.
Well, nothing's going to happen until the people start shooting back.
Or we have an invasion. I tell you, if the Second Amendment's ever repealed, that's an open door policy for communist China or any foreign enemy of ours that's going to come to the United States. Mark my words.
But they don't have to come. All they got to do is push the red buttons. So it ain't even going to get.
No. If they wanted to kill us, they would have to kill the whole world, though, in the process, because we have a volcano in Yellowstone.
A friend of Twine's had a friend come down from Portland, Oregon, and was staying for a week, and took her down to Northwest Arkansas and saw how nice things were, and then over to Springfield Bass Pro and the aquarium and all that, and how nice things were. And she's like, I have not seen a single homeless person. And it's like, well, you see a homeless person down here and they come up and grab you on the butt, they're probably going to either get shot or have the crap beat out. We don't tolerate that behavior down here. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
I
we've got
honestly,
vagrancy
guys,
laws.
Honestly, guys, though, I think a lot of our enemies, they don't fear us anymore. They don't fear our government or our military. They fear the common citizen.
There's no consequences, in those cities. That's why Jim left Seattle, because there's no consequences to their actions anymore. So they're just right back out on the street doing the same thing. Eating themselves. Is that what you call it, Jim?
God, I don't even want to go there again. We live
You had that lady that just was it that kid? I think he was like 15 or 16 when he did it. But he tried to run her over when she was like with her 6-month-old in a stroller. He purposely tried to run her down, and now he gets off on some like super light sentence. It's like unbelievable. They just put him right back out on the street. It's like
That's an everyday occurrence in Chicago, believe it or not. Thank you, Kim Fox.
Yeah, all I got to say is it's totally different here. So, yeah.
Yeah. They don't tolerate that behavior in
No,
south of Salt Lake, do they, Jim?
no. Nope, that's a ride to the country.
one way ride.
Yeah.
No, but what do you think, Uncle Jim?
What?
If we did repeal the Second Amendment, do you think communist China or any other enemy of ours could actually try to invade us?
No, they do it socially from within.
It's,
Look at history.
I just hope I live long enough for this to be over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to croak under this. No.
Jimmy Carter 2.0 right now.
On steroids.
Yeah.
No, not even
Except
close.
he's got the House and Senate behind him now.
At least he was coherent, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not even close. It's just like they picked the perfect puppet. They did.
During Jimmy Carter, Tip O'Neill wouldn't put up with a lot of that crap. So.
Well, it would be the perfect, and I call it would be the perfect puppet, except for he can't even get his lines right. Okay, he can't.
Yeah.
So
His handlers make all the decisions.
Yeah. If he could get his lines right, they'd be happy, but they really have to cradle him around. Right.
Yeah, we'll defend Taiwan. They all went, no.
You see him, he's turning around looking at nobody, and he's like, where am I? Right in the middle of it. What the hell?
I love the pictures of what people have zoomed into his cue cards or whatever. It says, don't say this, or be sure and say it, Prime Minister so-and-so.
Now, I will say this about New York. I mean, give it some time. I think you might regain your rights and freedoms because California, I'm seeing changing their path now. They had a lawsuit for having people that were 18 can't have a firearm. Now it's been overturned.
Well, people are pissed, and there's a lot of new gun owners, and people are pissed. So
Yeah.
it could turn, and they're shooting themselves in the foot. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're
They're
doing
going
it
so hard. Yeah.
They're actually making it easier in some ways. Yeah.
Clearing the path for the cavalry is what I'm calling it.
Let's see. Garage Guy is here. Hey, Garage Guy. Yeah. Every time, I don't care if you're liberal or not, you go to the gas pump. It's a wake-up call. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, might as well drive a truck and fill it up full of gasoline in the back of the pickup.
Yeah.
All these Democrats on WIC that can't get their baby formula are pissed right now.
Yeah. So,
Ever heard of breastfeeding?
yeah, but sometimes you can't. Some women can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if you never started, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Chico is right.
Yeah, that's what I have a flag. I have that exact flag hanging right
Yeah.
below the American flag. That we the people are pissed off flag.
Yep. Yeah. What do we got? A couple more years? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. if we
Hopefully in
can last that
November it'll
long.
slow down. We'll find out. It's time for refill. It's peach bourbon and tea night.
I'll tell you what, though, it's not about your rifles.
What is it with peach bourbon? Did you guys is there a memo?
Ooh.
Ozark. What's with the peach?
It's summertime, Bubby.
It's summertime. Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Jim. I'm going to call you Uncle Peaches.
Uncle Peaches.
I'll tell you what, it's good in summertime. Iced tea. Oh yeah. It is. And you don't get bloated like you do with Biersky.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Now, Jim, didn't you say you had a Chinese AK?
Yeah, I have a Norinco, and I've had a couple, but I bought this one. It was never fired. It was under a guy's bed forever.
I did a review on the Type 56 Chinese 5-cell AK mag pouch.
Oh, the pouch?
Yeah, the pouch that goes with them. I actually found one off Amazon. I bought it, and I did a review of it.
Yeah, I don't have a pouch. Didn't come with it. A bunch of different mags, even little 5 and 10 rounders, and a case of ammo. And he got it. Okay. The story is he got it for Christmas. In the box, everything, and a case of ammo, and never was interested in it, and he sold it to me. And it was brand new. I had to, clean it. You can tell. You can smell. and the milling oil and everything was brand new, piston brand new. I love that gun. Yeah, and I've had a couple SKSs too. One was the Shorty Paratrooper Norinco. That thing was beautiful. And I never fired it because it was unfired, and I sold it before the move. I should have kept that one. Oh, well.
But no, you can find a lot of Chinese surplus on the internet. It's not even funny. Even on eBay, they have a lot of it.
They make really good AKs and SKSs. Now, and I have a couple of their 1911s too.
A Chinese 1911?
Huh?
A Chinese 1911?
Yeah, Norinco 1911s. I got two of them in the safe right now. I customized them.
Yeah, I was looking the last couple of days for a bolt action 357. It's almost non-existent.
Creature has one.
Ruger has it. It's 12. They want $1,200 for it.
Yeah. Also, don't overlook the handy rifle, the single shot. You gotta open it up, if you're on a bench instead of. But still, those are great. That's one of my favorites.
I was just for $1,200, it's only 5 rounds in a rotary magazine. That's like ridiculous.
Rotary magazine.
Yeah.
What are we talking? Oh, I thought you were talking about like a Ruger. Yeah, the bolt.
The Ruger bolt.
Yeah, the 44 and 357. Yeah.
They have a list price of $1,200 on that thing.
I think they're a little pricey for what they are, and other people should, since more people are shooting suppressed, I would think that other people would come out with like what Eagle Eye made me, that 9mm bolt action. That thing is fun as hell. 9mm bolt action with a can on it. That thing is fun.
Oh yeah, well I can't have a can here in New York, so don't help me.
Yeah, well even without though, it's just fun. Tin Man is here.
Actually, you can, but you can't do it because it's illegal. You heard of an oil filter?
Yeah, I know all about that.
Long Island needs to secede and become its own state.
We've tried many times to become our own, and they're just not allowing it.
Or your little advice: just do it in the forest and don't talk about it to anyone.
No, I don't have a problem with, I might as well buy a Henry 357. I just didn't want a lever action.
Very funny, Chico. I've shown them in previous videos, which have been deleted, but believe it or not, that was the only cheap 1911 Wilson would customize. He said, I'm only doing Norincos. The rest have to be a Colt or a Springfield or whatever. And that's because they're all forged. Completely forged. Frame slide. It had a chrome barrel. But, you put match barrels in them and do all that other stuff. But it was a copy of what we had in World War II. So they were very good 1911s. They'd have mill marks inside, and I just call those sand grooves. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I've actually seen some Colts that had the same mill marks. It depends on how the machinery's going and everything. Yeah. Tin Man is here. Anyway, I bought them because they were cheap. You can get them brand new for $289. Yeah.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, Pat.
How's your
Nope.
sound, Pat?
Pat came in and froze.
Yeah, you're frozen up a little bit.
Hey, Ozark, how's the shoulder?
I have 5 tears altogether. They say it's chronic, so the tears were probably already there.
Right.
And what I just tore them a little bit more and inflamed everything.
Yeah.
And what caused me to have all the spasms were all the muscles on the bottom half of my shoulder blade shut down. I thought the rotator cuff was the ball joint in your shoulder. It's the whole package of muscles from your shoulder blade up to your neck that all come together on a tendon that comes over your shoulder right here and
Wow.
attaches to your humerus. I guess that's what that bone is. And I've got tears on every muscle except for the big muscle in my shoulder here. So that was a little bit eye-opening. So they're calling it chronic rotator cuff disease and some big fancy name in front of that. But right now it's physical therapy, no surgery. And I'll probably do it again 3 or 4 more times in my lifetime. So something to look forward to. Yay.
Hey, if you can avoid surgery, then
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, because that's a bad one.
The bicep, I did not tear the sheath or the lining over the tendon right here tore and has shifted down. So that's why I'm so sore right here. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to get that
Yeah, you
fixed.
gotta
That's
be-
my,
you
that's my
gotta be
shooting
careful.
shoulder.
Because that's what happened to Maria. She had the first rotator cuff surgery done, and
Mhm.
they didn't know it at the time, but it never actually healed. And so then she was like, after that first surgery, after PT and everything, she ended up like trying to overcompensate with the way she was lifting things and everything.
Mhm.
And she ended up tearing the bicep there. And when they went in to fix that, they noticed that the first rotator cuff surgery never healed, and they had to go in, remove the sutures, and resuture it all, and redo it. So if you can damage that bicep if you like overcompensate because of the shoulder injury.
Mhm. So yeah, I was having cramps in my tricep and bicep so much I thought it felt like I had tennis elbow, and it's just a result of the cramps and the spasms. So yeah, I don't wish that on anybody.
Yeah,
that's no fun.
no,
But I've
not at all.
responded well to physical therapy.
Okay, good night, Teresa Blowin. Take care. I know you get up early because he always posts a video at 5 in the morning.
Goes to bed and gets up with the chickens.
Pat, are you there?
Ian,
See you, man.
you and the little woman just ate at Manuel's El Tepeyac Cafe. Had a Hollenbeck burrito.
What? You got sent to get some food or cafe? What?
Okay, so in East LA, there is like the best place to get an old-fashioned wet burrito, and been there for, I don't know, 70 years or so.
Oh, baby.
And, anyway, Sylvia said, let's go get a Hollenbeck burrito. So we're heading back from East LA.
Okay.
Was it tongue, heart, pancreas? What was it?
No, it was verde. Awfully red for a chili verde, but it was real chili verde for me. And for her, she had carne asada. It was just big chunks of meat. Yeah, everything is just homemade like.
Yeah.
Grandma's back. Grandma Abuela is back there cooking.
Just don't do a video of it. You'd torture me. Yeah. Okay. Good night, Chico. Good night, Warsaw, and Teresa Blowin. Good luck with your match, Chico.
Tear them up, buddy.
Yep. And good luck, Tin Man, with the guy stealing your credit card number. I'm surprised you don't have a 24/7 number you can call your bank and have that taken care of right now.
Yeah, that sucks.
$1,000. What do you do? Go buy a box of primers?
I think, okay, that since he's not on here, he was at O'Reilly's. Somebody spent $511 at O'Reilly's, and he uses a debit card there or whatever. I'm thinking someone looked over his shoulder while he did the little PIN number. I don't know. Or they scanned his butt. They can scan.
Yeah, they got that crap now.
they can scan your butt if your wallet doesn't have like foil in it or whatever. Yeah.
I do Apple Pay off my phone more than I do anything now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had our number taken a couple times, and it was someone in California going to gas stations or whatever, and the bank just, the credit card, they just took care of it and said, no problem. So as long as that's the one good thing about credit cards is you're covered. They'll take care of it. They'll eat it. It's their deal. Booze and Bullets is here. Hey.
So the downside is on Friday, I had to get gas, and Bank of America limits your gas purchases to $85.
Yeah, it's like
What?
3 gallons in California. Isn't
What
it?
kind of communist
Yeah,
bullshit is that?
That's like filling up a little
It
Honda.
was half,
Rationing
half
gas?
a tank. Yeah, half a tank. Thank you, Bank America. And then I put the card in to redo it again and do another $85 for the rest of the tank. And it declined. And so the next day I go to this little Greek burger joint and hand them my card, declined. So not only did they decline me at the gas pump, they cut my fucking card off.
Those bastards.
I'd be changing banks.
And watch out at the gas pumps. They put those guys put those things over your credit card.
Always give it a little pull.
Yeah, and they're stealing your card number that way. So if anything looks suspicious, like your bank machine or a gas station, when you put in your card, if it doesn't look right, don't use it. They had that happen down here at our little tiny gas station.
Yeah, the skimmer. They put the skimmer on the.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And some of them look like they fit right over the
Yeah.
ones you see at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, how can you tell the difference?
I bet there's a thingiverse how to 3D print one.
Yeah, Tin Man probably has a dozen of them at his house.
Yeah, Tin Man probably has 5 of them. Yeah. No.
Pat's got a Raspberry that can scan your card.
No, that's old news. No, I was playing with that stuff, 1992, 93?
92.
Yeah. But no, I paid cash in East LA for my meal. I'll have you know. Yeah, if you was wondering why I paid cash, that's why.
He graduated last year, Chico.
Yeah. I think that's how he got that beautiful liver action, isn't
Yeah.
it? Or was
Oh,
that-
I thought he was graduating this May. Was it last May?
No, he graduated last year.
He got a good, beautiful liver action out of it. I tell you that.
Yeah, he got the 45 long Colt with the maple
Yeah,
stock.
I would.
Curly Maple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I would have graduated college if I had a dad like you. No, I don't think I could stand college with a passion. No.
No,
I had
this
a-
was
I had a
high school.
blast in
And
college.
this was high school. It wasn't college.
Oh,
The spring before I went to the University of Arkansas, Playboy did a ranking of the party colleges in the United States. And LSU was like number 1, but there was an asterisk by it. And Playboy said, this is an amateur ranking. It's colleges, so it's an amateur ranking list of the top 20 party schools in the United States. But said, due to the professional nature of the parties at the University of Arkansas, they were excluded from this list. So after my freshman year, the U of A started cracking down. My freshman fall year, I was a pledge, and we went through like 92 and a pony keg of beer because you had open parties back then. Homecoming would be like a 30 keg weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You'd have shit parties on Thursday. Friday, you'd have a band, and Saturday night you'd have a band after the ball game. So it was a different world back then.
hey, thanks.
Bring back the 80s.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up, Booze and Bullets. I'm gonna have to check them out. Yeah,
$25.
yeah. Do the 10, and there was something else I was looking at. Yeah, I gotta get Cranky's 10 mold back to him. Are you still? I know it's up in the air, but if you do come this way, I know you're gonna visit Idaho Rogers. What part of the month is it again, or what month?
I'm probably the earliest I'm going to make it is probably July, and that's because at this point, Maria's got the doctor's appointment
gotta
towards
heal
the end
up.
of June, and I got one at the end of June.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go anywhere until we get both those out of the way. So it'll probably be July.
Think August. July is really gonna be hot. August is hot, but July is really hot. Yeah.
Hey, the river's rocking here,
August
Cranky. You
would
need
work
to
for
come
me.
down.
The good news is the Sumu suit has air conditioning. Yes.
Yeah.
Self-cooling.
I gotta rock that thing again. It's right next to me, right here.
Have one of those Japanese coleslaw salads with all the broccoli and the boiled eggs. Yeah. Then go rocking the sumo suit.
That thing was that thing is so hilarious. Oh my gosh! I got to do another one. I was gonna wait till Oddball Stuff came over, but we didn't make our appointment for Memorial Day, so we'll have to do it another time. But we were gonna rock the sumo. Yeah. Because he was going to bring over a girlfriend for the sumo.
So sexy.
I want to get down to Georgia too with Maria for like a shorter road trip. That's a lot closer.
Yeah. Man, driving, gas right now and driving.
Run. Yeah, I broke $100 twice this week filling up with gas.
Well, hop in and ask, then. No, go ahead. They're listening.
When
are all you guys going to come down to Vegas?
Oh, yeah. See, there's another thing. Yeah, I know.
Hey, I can take care of the ones if you want to bring them along. Lots of shopping and casinos, and you guys can go shoot your little guns.
Or shoot your big one, either way.
Yeah, we gotta visit Vegas too. Darn it.
Now Vegas in late March, that's the right time to go, buddy. We had sandstorms, thunderstorms, and sunshine all in the same day.
Yeah, I'd probably go in the coolest part of the year. Yeah.
Oh, it was,
I went in November and it was cold.
It was like low 50s at night and was like low 70s, high 60s in the day. The humidity was about 10%. Oh, we were like, this is awesome.
Wow. That's perfect. So, okay, that's perfect. You got to wait till fall then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you probably noticed in the pantry I'd thrown a 40-pack of water in there down for you. It just sucks the water right out of you in Vegas.
Yeah, and you have the saline nose spray too. That's because by the end of the week your sinuses are so raw if you're not accustomed to the dry, the low humidity.
That's like here. Yep.
You end up with a bloody nose if you're not without the saline mist.
Yeah, it takes at least 3 weeks to get acclimated to the altitude here, and then the dry. And I say, and maybe chapstick too sometimes. Yeah.
The altitude didn't bother me until we started hiking up that hill in knee-deep snow. And it's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm 70 years old.
Yeah, that about killed me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching some guy in Mitsubishi or wherever in South America, and he was like, it's 11,000 feet, and I couldn't breathe for days. And we had to chew on coca leaves and all this stuff. And I'm like, come on, man, it's not that bad.
Yeah, how high was Machu Picchu, honey?
I was near the Andes.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on in the side here. Talking primers. Lead bullet junkies down for a trip to Vegas.
Late March.
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
too far.
The kids would go lay outside at night on that AstroTurf out back and just watch the sky. They loved it. Sit up there and shoot the shit and enjoy the weather. And the occasional F-15 would fly over, Full afterburner.
Oh, you got some. Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while. I like to gamble too, but I'll stay away from that. Yeah. Yep. Usually on the last day.
At Hollywood, at Hollywood Casino, we had a great dealer at the blackjack table, and she was teaching the kids how to play blackjack, and man, they fell in love with it. So we went to one of the local casinos up north, and it was single deck blackjack, and there was 5 of us at the table. I love that because you can predict how the cards are going to fall with single deck, and just absolutely had a blast. And the guy had been dealing for 37 years, and man, we had a good time. The small casinos all smell like cigarettes and stale beer, but they were nice people.
Yeah, I always ask where the locals go. I did that in Reno, and that was fun. I mean,
Look who popped in.
I can't hear. Marvin's got his headphones on, so I'll just say hi.
That's Twine?
That's
Yeah.
Twine.
Hi, Twine.
I like to go where the locals
They're
go.
all saying you look gorgeous
In my post shower
in
robe.
in your house dress.
Did you get all the glue off?
Her tummy's still a little sticky.
Really? You better be careful if you get frisky.
That's right. I'm stuck on you, babe.
Yeah.
Pat, we stopped at that little street vendor just up the street from the house. He sells like street corn and papayas and mangoes and churros. God, I might have had street corn there. I wanted to slap somebody. It was so good. He opens up the ice chest and the steam's just pouring out of it with all that corn in it. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, yeah.
You
No.
better stop it.
Good stuff. That makes me sound good stuff. Hey, man.
Hey, Pat. What really cracked the boys up were the bullet holes in the side of his van. They weren't the little stickers; they were legit bullet holes. And I'm like, "Those are big. Those look like 12 gauge slugs to me."
Yeah, it's North Las Vegas, and yeah, it's a little sketchy up there.
The dude spoke absolutely no English, so you had to like point on his little picture sign of what he had. And the boys fell in love with those mangoes, fresh mangoes, and he peels them right there. Then he pours hot sauce on it and puts chili powder. Oh my gosh, they fell in love with that.
Oh, that is good stuff.
You guys are killing me. It's my favorite food.
That Mexican street food.
Mexican food. Good Mexican foods like
Real, not Tex-Mex, real Mexican food.
real Mexican, authentic. Yes.
Oh, right.
I'm a fan of Salvadoran too. The pupusas and empanadas and the Salvadoran tamales that are cooked in chicken broth. Oh, those are good.
All right, I'm going to hop off here for a minute, get on the laptop, get the Lee 420 pot going, and I'll join you guys in about 5 minutes.
Okay, you must have the night off then.
Yes, I do.
All
I
right.
got lucky. I
He's been a
reconfigured
good
the
boy.
switches at work, and I thought I would get a call at 6 in the morning, but nope, I lucked out. Did everything right.
All right.
See you in a minute.
Chico, this is iced tea and mango and it's not a good mangoes are great, but powdered iced tea and mango, no.
Mangoes with hot sauce on them and that chili powder. God, it was good. I was like, I don't know. I took a bite and I was like, oh my God, that sweet and spicy together with that little bite of vinegar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good.
The AR Guns is here.
Mangoes on pizza, Cranky. That's what
No.
Chico said.
Uh,
Hey, s'mores with a slice of banana. That's another good one.
yeah.
Summertime, baby. It's time for some s'mores.
I think Cranky likes mangoes just by themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like pineapple too, just not on pizza.
And kiwis.
Yeah, kiwi's good.
Yeah. What you got there, Andy? Was that iced tea?
Iced tea
Ah, see, 'tis the season.
and what do they call these? Sour cream and onion pretzel sticks.
Huh.
Yeah, potato sticks.
Huh. Okay, Abrams, we'll catch you later. Have a good one.
Appreciate you coming, buddy.
Yep. AR, if you want on, here's a link, AR, if you want to come on.
Well, everybody, if you've got a drink, we need to toast Susie because 3 years ago today we lost her.
Oh man,
Yeah.
was it 3 years?
3 years ago today.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cheers, baby. Hardest day of my life having to tell my boys their mom was gone. Hardest thing I've ever done. But
Yeah,
I have been blessed. They're happy. I'm happy. We're in a good place.
It takes time. It takes a few
Mhm.
years. It takes time. It's brutal the first 6
Yep.
months.
They came over for dinner last night, and my oldest bought a bottle of wine, which she loved to drink wine, and we toasted her and poured a little on the ground, and it was a good night.
I was going through my old Odyssey videos,
Mhm.
and Susie was on there, and I almost choked. I was choking up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good video too. It was really good. I don't know how I did that, but that was a good video.
Well, the day of her funerals, when you and I became good friends, y'all made it. You and James made that video of the heart that you made, and
Yeah.
gosh, we talked about 5 hours on the phone that day. I got home about 4 in the afternoon. It was about 10, 11 o'clock that night before we, got off the phone. So,
Yeah. That was a good video. If anyone hasn't watched it, it had
give me a sign. You were like, give me a sign. The
It
wind
had-
been blowing for days. Y'all couldn't
Yeah.
forge.
in the video I had a cloud that was heart shaped. And then we made the heart, and then we had the stone, and I did everything in time lapse, and then the sunset with the little flowers wiggling and time. I thought it was good. Yeah.
But James had been trying to forge for days, but the wind was howling. And
Yeah.
I think at that time he was just coal forging. And
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That one got me all choked up.
I still that's in my kitchen window right now.
All right.
So
Cool. Hey, Michael Dunn. Yeah, I was just going through, I got to delete a bunch of crap videos that were over there. And I was like, oh shit, there's Susie. So I'm watching it and I'm just getting all choked up. That was one of my better like movie videos with no talking. As long as I don't talk, the videos are okay.
And the other one you did that choked me up is when you made the when Jody got sick and y'all made the razors out of the tool steel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got me on that one too.
Yeah, the father and son forged out of a branch. Yeah.
Those are in my gun safe.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Now that we've been all sappy for a minute.
Yeah. Well, 3 years. Wow. Time is flying.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Holy mackerel.
Uncle Jim, you had a video up the other day where you were showing all the tools and stuff your son got at the flea market.
Yeah.
You were showing those axe heads he's in the process of making.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are going to be great.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome? He pre-made all those and folded them over and everything. And
I'll buy one of those. If he markets them on Instagram, I'll buy one of those.
yeah, he I think a year or two ago, he brought home some buckets of farrier rasps. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
he brought a bucket full.
and he's like, those are for something else. And man, they make great knives and everything because you leave that texture on
Has
the
a
top.
fish scale look to it. Yeah.
And then on the axe, you leave it on the back of the axe, and it just looks really cool. Yeah.
Thanks, Chico.
Michael Dunn. Apparently, okay. How do you like that trigger? Okay, that was it's way better than a GI trigger, and it breaks clean. They might not all be like that, but so far all the ones I have S marked, and a couple of people replied in the video. Those are all made by the same company, so all these other companies are using that trigger. You just get them when they're cheaper, And I really like those triggers. Yeah, they're worth the risk. And so far, I haven't had a stinker yet. And I have the GI triggers with the same markings. What's the company name? I got it somewhere. Anyway, they make them for all the other companies. So, yeah, good triggers. Actually, my favorite. They're not super light, so they're if you're using an AR and it's not a bench rest gun, you don't want like a hair trigger anyway. So they're very nice.
I got 2.5 pound on that 6 arc, and that's nice. You can just it's just there is no draw. It's just break.
Yeah, on the Foxtrot, it'll break at 2-something pounds. The first stage is some take up. That's your spring, your safety kind of thing, and then you got that 2.5 pound break, and it's clean, so you're not jerking or nothing, and it's very nice. So yeah, to answer your question, it's worth it. They're still selling for 65 ships right now. PSA. Yeah.
I should get one. I
got lucky on my M4 when I bought that. It was still a real Colt M4 back in the day. And I got a great trigger on that straight out of the factory. Breaks clean. It breaks nice. Like you said, you got a little bit of spring there, and then bam, it's just a clean break. I just got lucky. Some GI triggers have that real grainy, you can feel the metal dragging. But not on that one. I got lucky.
Yeah. Well, Johnny, which one are you talking about? The GI or the 2-stage? The 2-stage is better than the GI. The GI is going to be heavier, but it'll be way better than a stock GI. So the enhanced nickel boron GIs are much cleaner. They just got more weight, and that's great for one of your rocking guns. I don't have a bench rest AR. Okay, they're all for shooting off hands. So I do have, the longest one is the Colt Vietnam era type, but the rest of them are all 16 or less. They're mostly pistols because they're just too much fun. Pat's back and SBR. They're just too much fun. Okay. Oh, I was wondering what that noise was.
He's burning or melting the nozzle off.
What that is while I'm warming up the pot, I gotta melt off some of the drip art from the bullet guide or the mold guide.
Just a little.
Oh yes, I love drip art.
Yeah.
Your model Mount Vesuvius there.
Yeah.
I like when I make Loch Ness monsters. They're perfect. Yeah.
Did you have Prop 65 warning on that, Pat? Come on, you're in California.
You know what, Ozark? I'm always amazed. There's Prop 65 warning on French fries.
On bottled water. There he is. Are you drinking peach too, the preacher?
Say that again.
Are you drinking something with peach in it tonight? It's peach night.
It's just tea.
Yeah,
well, we're drinking tea too, but it's got peach bourbon in it.
HESA is here. What are you talking about? 149. Are you talking it's not a complete effort. Wow. How you doing, preacher?
I'm doing good. How about y'all?
Doing good.
I'm doing good. And good to see you, preacher.
Good to see you, Pat.
I got to go back and watch your pastrami video. I'm doing that this week.
Uh-oh.
I got a 2-gallon container full of deer rounds and hindquarters ready to go. So it's pastrami week.
I had deer fajita tacos tonight for supper.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, fajitas. I love fajitas. Yeah.
I sliced up a backstrap in thin strips and then marinated it in some lemon, some peppers, onions, taco seasoning, stuck it in the fridge, and we left and came back home and got it out, browned some onions, peppers, threw it all together, and it was good.
You do that with some of those goose breasts. It's surprisingly good.
I bet it would be.
Cooked whole for fajitas. There's Echo. Mr. Pishner.
Yeah. Pishner is here. Echo is here. Johnny, it depends on how picky your trigger finger is. On an AR, to me, you don't want a hair trigger unless it's bench only. Otherwise, you're asking for it sooner or later.
That coyote gun works.
Yeah.
But you're shooting off a bipod.
Yeah, you got to remember, you got a bolt slammed against that trigger grip all the time. So just remember that.
If you're limperous, then it'll butt fire on you.
That's right.
You remember Sylvia's trigger on the 458 SOCOM?
Yeah.
2 pound single stage with no take up. Surprise.
Yeah.
Bro, what was that? That was my shoulder.
Yeah. It depends on what you want it for. But for me, an AR is a go-to, take care of business type gun. Not a,
Oh, dealing with a kidney stone. Woo. Mr. Fishner, I feel for you.
Oh,
Yeah, they suck.
Man, I haven't had the privilege, but I know it's bad. I know
It's bad.
My next door neighbor's dealing with one right now.
Yeah. Man.
And here we are drinking all this tea.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go restock again. I'll be back.
All right.
All
And
right.
Jim, back when you recommended that trigger for Sylvia, I got that 2-stage on the Minion gun.
Yeah.
Foxtrot Mike said that Ruger was the one casting him.
Well, no, it's well, I don't know. It's that other company. If you watch the video, I had 2 people reply and tell me what company makes them for everybody. The S Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I go brain dead on names. They start with an S. Anyway, they vary. It depends who they're making them for, and some will specify because the Foxtrot mic is better finished than the PSA. The PSA just looks like it's blasted and everything, where the Foxtrot is like highly finished, and you can't get them anymore, you know. But I asked them about it. Why aren't you selling your triggers? I want more of those. Anyway, and it breaks really. It's a lot. It's lighter, but this one isn't broken in yet. So,
Hey guys, I'm gonna bail.
Andy, good to see you.
Have a
Night,
good
Andy.
weekend.
good to see you, Andy. Thanks for coming on, and be careful in that Camaro.
Yep.
I could see you in New York doing burnouts at the stoplights.
Oh, I don't. I do it when I won't take the car out. I have a spot that I go to, and I do a full run on the car. So it's you know. And then when I get near the house, I like leaving some tire marks in front of a few other people's houses that have cars that have tried to race me and lost. So anyway, have a great weekend, everyone.
Good night.
All right, take care. Have a good one. It depends. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Anyway. Yeah. This preacher, I think it was your video. Yeah, your buddy had a huge fish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. If that bass had been full of eggs, it'd weighed 10 pounds.
Yeah.
That was probably a legit 8.5 pounder as is.
It was trophy looking. He looked
Well,
huge.
the funny thing about that story is when we first got to that lake, I was catching a bunch of bass on that lure. So he started throwing it and he got his line broke, and it was a big fish, whatever he had hung, you know? And so about 3 hours later, we were on the bank. We'd already loaded the boat. It's starting to rain. Then it quit. And the guy that owned the lake come down there, and he had a 12-inch long worm. I mean, he had a rubber worm that was a foot long. And we were all laughing about it. And I said, man, that looks like a snake. You know, that's a cottonmouth. And so he wheels that out there, and he hangs this fish, and it gets off. And I was like, dude, you've had your line broke and you've lost a big one all in the same day. Well, about 10 minutes later, he hooks it, brings it in. And when they lifted it out of the water, I could see the old lure hanging off the side of its mouth. That lure that you see hanging on the fish in the picture broke his line. It still had line coming off of it from 3 hours earlier.
Yeah.
So what's the odds of that?
That's how it happens sometimes, you know.
Yep.
Um,
But that's the biggest bass he's ever caught. I was really tickled for him.
yeah, and a lot of things when you're not expecting, you know, and then bam, holy mackerel. Yeah. Man, I miss fishing. I miss river fishing. That was my favorite.
Yeah, we did some today.
Yeah, I just love river for some reason. I don't know why, but just let her, you know, I don't know.
Flowing water.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. It's just flowing water.
And you hear the sound of the water, and you're walking around like you had a snake problem and something else. You got to be careful where you sit. But yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't like those snakes. But,
I saw
Yeah.
2 or 3 a day.
oh wow.
I found me a 300 blackout load with 30-31
Huh.
because I shoot everything in IMR 30-31.
Yeah, eventually you'd find something. Yeah.
yeah.
MCK sent me some bullets that he had cast and powder coated. He even had gas checks on them.
Yeah.
Are those 110 grain?
No, they're 159 grain, I think. I want to say it's an NOE mold that he drilled out the lead, the wax ring or something like that. I can show you one. It's a flat nose bullet in 30 cal. And
Yeah.
so 10 Man had sent me some 140 grain and he had sent me some 159 grain. And so I loaded them up. But when I was looking in the, what is that? It's the Lyman 50th anniversary load manual for 160 grain cast bullets. One of the recommended powders was IMR 30-31. I said, oh, you got to be kidding me. So I just grabbed the bullets and I loaded one with like 15 grains and one with 16, one with 17. The max was 18. And I thought, we'll see what happens. Man, I shot 2 sub 1 inch groups at 50 yards. They were probably, one of those was probably 3/4 of an inch at 50 yards with cast bullets, mixed primers, mixed brass. I didn't worry about nothing. I just slapped it together and it worked.
I bet you were grinning ear to ear.
Yeah.
You probably had that little giggle you have. Yes.
I was impressed. I shot 10s first. And like he said in the comment there, I shot like a 2-inch group at 50 yards with his. So,
with 10 Mans, yeah,
yeah,
it's all.
They look good. I was like, man, these good looking bullets, but
it's all about loads and stuff. I'm trying to remember what I still have.
Those ones 10, the ones that MCK sent me, I shot those with Shooter's World heavy pistol and they shot really good. And I shot them with 30-31 and they shot really good. I think it's a great bullet for 300 blackout just because of the way it's designed.
How much does it weigh?
159.
Okay.
With a gas check.
Okay.
And I've got some without gas checks. I need to try them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love 300 blackout. There's so many possibilities, so much to do. You could just focus on that for a year or two,
Mine's a bolt gun, so I can lengthen them out a little bit. I'm not limited by magazine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so fun shooting those the other day. I thought, man, I really just need to get more. I need to do more of that. I shot some 165 grain core locks. I shot some 125 grain nozzlers. I think I had 10 different loads that I tried yesterday. Some of them had 3 rounds. Some of them had 4 or 5. I just loaded all the mixed brass I already had primed from probably a year ago. And
now you just need turtles.
Yeah. When turtles hear 4-wheelers coming now, they just all go to the bottom and stay there till dark.
Dive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still kick over turtle shells where Ozark was that day.
Yeah, I can't blame the turtles for hiding.
That was an epic day after Noah's flood came through y'all's property.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna go out on the porch.
Were you talking 300 blackout? I came in the middle of that conversation.
Yeah. He was using 30-31 and MCK's bullets.
I'll show you
Okay.
these bullets. They are a good looking bullet. Well, I'll show you when he gets back. But I really think it's that he drilled out the lube grooves.
The gas check. Here, I'm still here. I can enlarge you. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I'm ready. It is that bullet right there. Let me show you. See the flat nose on it?
Mm-hmm.
But look at there's no lube grooves, but it's gas checked.
Yeah.
159 grains.
I
And-
have.
Yeah, that looks a lot like the accurate bullet I have.
Yeah.
It may be an accurate mold. He's got it on one of these. It's over there in the other pile of 30 cal bullets I've got stacked up. But
yeah,
he sent me those, and everything. I mean, I had 4 loads, 2 different powder weights, Shooter's World heavy pistol, and 30-31. I don't think either one of those shot above a 1-inch group. No, there's 3 shot groups, all of them, but
well, it depends on your powder. If you got 1680, BLK,
but
they're going to depend.
Shooter's World is a bargain basement powder. 30-31 is a common cheap powder. So who knows what would happen with H110 or 42-27. I've got all those powders.
H110 296 works great too, unless you get too heavy. Yeah. You know what? I have those bullets from Mark. I shot them once, and I need to shoot them some more.
It looks like the 311 bullet that Lee has.
I think they're on the edge of my desk right now because I was going to shoot them again, but I'm bouncing around too much.
I mean, my 300 Blackout has been real picky on bullets. It's not been just a tack driver at 100 yards. But that right there gives me, that's promise. And I was a grain below max on both of those loads. And traditionally, the more you get close to max, usually the more your groups will tighten up. But so I think there's still a lot of room to play. And with cast bullets getting that kind of accuracy, I'm excited.
Yeah. I have to come out on the porch. The neighbors here and they're foraging. Let's see if you can see that down there. Engine blood, preacher. Engine blood. See the stone block?
I could hit it from here.
The lights are flickering. They must be using the big machines.
Next time I come out there, I want the boy to make me a tomahawk. I've been wanting a tomahawk for so long. When you showed all those files
one of those
already printed and readied up.
Man, everyone's digging the files. I thought they would because it looks cool.
Tell him he's got one pre-sold, Jim. I'll pay for it. I got no problem.
Who is it? Johnny wants one. Is it Johnny? Someone's been, and I'm like, dude, he's, it's all he can do to, yeah, he's been busy, but like they're doing today. Anyway, yeah, if I have to get out there and somehow butcher one, yeah, I got to do it. It's pre-making them that makes it, once they're pre-made like that and folded inside and all that. And that little new machine of his makes it so much easier because it only hits that spot and you can fold it over,
Right.
Versus putting it in the coal or whatever, and then it's going to get messed up. And this keeps the pattern beautiful, So
you don't have all that scale build up on it, yeah.
Yeah, he's just hitting like a crease, and then it bends. You know what I mean?
I've been wanting a tomahawk for so long.
All right. Well, you should have told him why you were here. He probably could have said here.
Or you could have forged one with him while you were there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I bring Twine out there, she's going to be in your garage more than she is your kitchen.
I think that's the funnest part. If you're visiting, do it with him, and you'll get more out of it, and then you'll have some pride in it.
If you get him talking, he'll do anything you want to talk about.
Oh, if you want to talk tools, you got a day right there in the garage.
That's right.
Just
Mhm.
showing off tools. Yeah.
Jim will come out there and say, he's my friend. Let him go.
We got videos to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, this
Get up,
time next year, we'll have Twine's blacksmithing area set up. So y'all got to come this way.
yeah.
Time for preacher. Put on the sumo suit.
I don't even need one. I just take my shirt off and I look like I've already got it on.
We just need a G-string on you. And
That's hilarious. Yeah, the visits are always fun.
they'll have to force you to get in the Honda and head east, Jim.
Let's see, forged and oil quench site. Yeah, the oil quench site. It's funny. Yeah, I know Johnny, but he's back. He's right now. He's backed up in the garage. They've been in there all day today, and that's just to help his neighbor out, and he's always getting clustered with something. We just now got chains off the tractor, and I got to put the bucket on that thing.
Man, I wish you'd
You gotta
retire.
get the driveway fixed, Jim. Come on, hop.
I know.
Chop,
I
hop,
wish, I
sing.
wish I was retired where I had time to do this stuff.
Damn videos get in the way of living, right?
I tell you what, all you guys working, I don't know how I did stuff on the weekends when I worked full time, because I don't know how you could do it now. It's just like,
That's why I've been building a shop since October.
yeah. But you retire, you think it's easy? No, you're going to be so busy when you're retired. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing, because I've seen people that retire, then they sit down, they're dead in 5 years.
Yeah.
Because they sit down and don't do anything.
Well,
Or they
it
get
depends where
bored
They
and go-
retire.
They get
He
bored and
retired
go
on
back to work.
He retired on the top of a mountain that he has to plow all winter long.
I love plowing. That's my favorite.
He probably hasn't left the compound in 6 weeks.
No, we have proof because you went to the mail.
You went to the mailbox.
He went to the mailbox.
Well, the post office and the mailbox don't count.
Well, if that's the case,
and the little thrift store in town doesn't count.
if that's the case, I stretch it out 3 months. He hasn't left those areas in 3 months.
I told the story of, the family was gone and I had to go to the post office and I was getting anxiety. And then I get down there and I see a Model T that's totally restored getting gas. And then a kid on a mini bike had to wait for him to take a left turn because he was coming in the post office. And I thought, it ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. So, yeah. Just keep me out of this.
We'll make you drive through Oklahoma and you'll have anxiety attacks.
Well, he's buying his tobacco by the pound and rolling his own with that machine now. He's not leaving for a long time.
That's right.
Hey, well, Missouri's voting on recreational in November, so we'll keep him calm.
Yeah, everything is bought by the case, so I don't have to go. Yes.
He'll have them old bundles of tobacco sitting in the garage in there.
Well, Uncle Jim and his Prince Albert.
My wife buys me a stack of frozen food, so I don't have to go anywhere. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was funny.
Got Keurig cups for a year's worth of Keurig cups there.
Yeah. Oh, man, I can't believe they're still in the garage. Oh, well.
They're having fun. It's not work.
Yeah, they're having fun. They're like kids. Yeah. But it's
me and Preacher in the side by side with the suppressed 300 blackout. We'd been there all weekend if we hadn't run out of bullets.
Yeah.
We were starting to run out of turtles there to the end.
That side by side looked like the floor of a B-17 in World War II. We were stepping on brass.
It did.
I was putting them in the cup holder, and the cup holder ran out. And he's like, "Here, put them in this 30 cal can," and we filled it up.
Yeah, the machine, where's that been all my life? Try rolling one at a time, but it slows you down. See, Clint Eastwood always, or all the cowboys rolled one when they wanted.
They rolled it with one hand too. That's the key.
On a horse with the lever action in one hand. Yeah. And it slows you down. You have to make it as you go.
Or they smoked a twist cigar. That was Clint Eastwood's choice.
Yeah.
Looked like a piece of rope sticking out his mouth.
And he also liked to spit his chew on the dog's forehead. Yeah.
That's Josie Wells right there.
Spitting on the dead guy's forehead, spitting on the snake oil salesman's white suit.
Spit everywhere.
Worms gotta eat.
Yeah, and then he goes to spit, and the old lady's like, "Don't you even go there." No. That was Josie Wales. Don't even think about it. Yeah.
My favorite line in that movie was, "Guess I'm not as old as I thought I was." The old man Indian.
My favorite line is when Eastwood walks over there and pulls the blanket back, and she's under the buffalo robe with the old man, and he goes, "She thinks I'm a chief."
Yeah. Guess I'm not as old as I thought I was. That's when that line rolled it.
Yeah, and also
chief.
Yeah, and also the chief with the rock candy. It's just for looking through. Yeah.
Wonder where she got that idea. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought you couldn't sneak up on an Indian. Yeah.
White man's been sneaking up on Indians,
It's funny stuff. Mark Thomas, how's it going?
Hey, there's some good line. We watched Maverick today. There are some lines in that one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, go see the movie. It's a good one. If you enjoyed the first one back in the 80s, you're gonna love this one. Twine was crying. She was bawling in the movie. So I mean, it's a good one.
And which one is this?
Maverick. It's Top Gun 2, whatever you want to call it. Maverick. Okay. All the flight scenes are legit. They had him in the back seat of an F-18 pulling, 5Gs. They're like, oof.
All right, and Maverick's old now, so is he
correct
or what?
Yeah, it's 30-something years later in the movie. So yeah,
is he an instructor now?
Yeah, I'm not going to do any spoilers. You'll have to watch. He's
I ain't been to the movies in 15 years.
He's had a colorful career.
Yeah, I'm not going to see the movie for 5 or 7 years until it's free. Okay,
he's still in the Navy because he's still in the Navy because he has a bunch of illegitimate children he's paying for.
I will tell you this: remember the admiral's daughter they talked about, Penny Benjamin? She's in the movie. Talking about the flybys and all that, and they go, and the admiral's daughter, and he goes. Goose goes, Penny Benjamin? So Penny's in the movie. That's my only spoiler.
Let's see. Yeah, the 200 grains, my favorite, 45. Yep.
Oh, and next week, the new Jurassic Park comes out. And in December, the new Avatar comes out.
Never seen Avatar.
No, I saw Avatar at IMAX in 3D. That was something.
All I remember about Jurassic Park, at least my favorite scene, was the glass of water just sitting there, and it's going boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that was perfect.
The lawyer sitting on the toilet getting eat. That was
Oh man, I gotta write that down. The glass of water with the Sumu video. Yes. Yes. I gotta write that down.
Have your son taking his fist on the table making the water.
Yeah, I gotta write that down. I'll forget all about it. Oh, got to put that in there. Oh, that's
But I
great.
saw Avatar at the IMAX theater in 3D, and when it went black light, the whole theater went, "Whoa!" all at one time. I enjoyed that. Just the special effects in that movie is what set it off for me.
Yeah. Sorry, side chat. I wasn't paying attention when I was on the deck there. Yeah, Johnny. I'll think about you, Johnny. Tim S is here. Mark Thomas, how you guys doing? Yeah, good stuff. And Pat's casting again. That's 2 chats in a row.
Oh, at Cranky, did you remember when I said that SIG's 320 and 10 millimeter?
Yeah.
That's legit.
Oh, I know. I actually was asking my FFL when they're going to come out with the Legion, an X10 Legion, and he's like, pretty soon.
And they also came out with the 22.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but then I can't get the 22 here because it's, more than
The
10 round magazine. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I'm still waiting on the 220. It's on back order.
Mhm.
But the thing about the 10 mil 320 is you need to have the 45 ACP like fire control unit. So my fire control unit won't work with it supposedly.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I'm like, well, so the next 320 I buy is probably going to be at least a 45. So because that fire control unit will work with all of them.
So you just change the upper out, basically. Or?
Change the grip module out,
Oh,
and then
that's
the barrel
right.
and
It's the
slide.
fire control unit's a
Yep.
serialized part of that. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, best invention ever. Modular pistols. Yep, and modular cans. Best invention ever.
Yeah, nice because you can go through a compact. I can go, the same guns, compact 9mm to a full size 40 cal.
They should all come out that way from now on, where you can just add the barrel length you want, whatever. Yeah.
I got a funny story to tell you guys. So I went up to, I was on some fork of the White River. Ozark, you probably know where I'm talking about. I was up around Combs, Pettigrew,
Yeah.
Witter, all that area. And we were up there looking for places to fish on the upper White River. And we stopped at this place called St. Paul at a little dive of a stand there burger joint called the Snack Shack. And so I'm standing there and this guy, he's talking and these other guys are talking about shooting hogs and they're talking guns and stuff. And this guy said, well, you know who that was. And he goes, I know the guy. And he gives this guy's name. I don't remember his name. He said, it was him. He did that. He said, yeah, you can't believe that. And I was like, well, I walked in mid conversation. He said, I got 11 38 caliber bullets out of that barrel. And they just laughed and he hauled. And I thought, does that mean that he stacked 11 bullets in a 38 caliber barrel?
Yeah.
And so anyways, the other two guys were working together and they had a kid and he's like, we got to get back to work. So they all left. And so it was just me. And this guy was also talking about the ATF coming to his house. And so I was just curious. So now it was just me and him. Everybody else was gone. And I said, are you a gunsmith? You work on gun? Yeah, I build suppressors. And so he tells me that the ATF knocked on his door last week, 3 agents. He wasn't there. He had to come home. And they said he had 13 suppressors that were unaccounted for.
Ooh.
And so he builds suppressors. So he said these went as far back as 2000. What'd he tell me? 2004 or 2002. And he said, no, they've all cleared. And so he went to his safe, pulled out all the paperwork, went through them and said, here's the 404. He was naming all these forms off. They had all cleared, but it didn't update on the ATF side. So they decided to do a sting on him because he had 13 unaccounted for suppressors. Well, he had paperwork that they were all with their owners. And
yeah, he was legit.
He was legit, and they left. And so I said, well, what's the deal with the 11 bullets? He said that was in a 5-inch barrel 38.
Yeah.
I said 11 and 5-inch. He said, let me show you the picture. I'll prove it. He had a picture of it was an old 38 too. I mean, it was like an old police model.
Yeah.
But he had all those bullets laid out underneath it. I said, how did you get them out? Because I've heard when they get stacked in there like that, you can't drive them out. He said, I got a dent puller that they use in auto body work. And he said, I would drive that in there. And then he said, I would start pulling them out from the top one at a time. And he said, once I got the first couple out, the rest came out. I said, what? Was it underloaded? I mean, this guy had to roll the cylinder out and reload to get 11 stuck in there. And we were laughing about it, him not hitting anything and reloading and still shooting. And he said the only reason he stopped shooting was because his last bullet didn't clear the cylinder. He couldn't
rotate.
So that bullet was all smashed up because he had reached in there with a saw or somehow and broke that loose. But do what? No, anyway, he had them all laid out there. And I said, were they light loads? And he said, that's what I thought. He said, but I went and got a 38 and shot because there were still a couple in the cylinder. He said, I shot them and they were sound loads. And he said, I really think his barrel was just in really, really bad shape. And those bullets were having a hard time getting down that crusted barrel. He bought that gun used, didn't really clean it, just took it out, started shooting it. End up stacking them. He said
had
that
a squib and then stacked them. Yeah.
Yeah, he said that first bullet. He said he was shooting factory ammo.
Yeah, we had one we put on the wall. It was a barrel cut in half, and it had 8 bullets in it.
He said he had a 300 blackout with 5. He said that was my record. And he said, then I ran across 11 in a 5-inch 38. He said, I don't think you can squeeze any more in 5 inches.
I knew there was a guy out there somewhere, and he only makes like 22 cans, doesn't he?
He didn't tell me what he made. He said he had a shop in, I think it was called Aurora Tactical.
Mm-hmm. They make 22 cans, and they're like $200 and $250. And a couple of shops around here sell them.
I've heard of him, but I didn't. He said he just got tired of having people come by his shop. So he said he moved to his house, and he said, I get less visitors, do the same amount of work. He said after the ATF showed up, he said it really just kind of makes you wonder, why am I putting up with this crap? So.
Yeah. Well, if you got a license, you're going to get.
And they're going to get a lot more of it too. Aren't they like hiring?
Well, he told me
more agents.
The other side of that story, the 300 blackout story, he told me, he said the guy was wanting to shoot suppressed subsonic, and he kept wanting to get it quieter and quieter, and he got it so quiet the bullets didn't clear the barrel. I thought that's pretty quiet.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
Kind of gassy in your face, though.
I've seen the 223 cans with 300 blackout bullets stacked in them also.
I was shooting at the range the other day, and the 50-yard range is at the end of the 300-yard range, and there's a big berm in between us. But I kept hearing this crack in steel dinging right on the other side. And I thought, some idiot's over there shooting a pistol at the end of the 300-yard range. It wasn't. It was a guy shooting suppressed 300 yards away. And what I was hearing was that sonic crack right beside me when it went by, and it was dinging right when I would hear the crack. And that was so weird, being downrange from a suppressed rifle. I thought, man, that was full of guy.
Sounds like a firecracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it sounds like it's right beside you. And of course, behind me is a 38, like a Wild West, cowboy action thing. And I thought, is that? I could not figure out where that round was coming from. Then I heard the guys drive down and get their target and drive out. And I thought that was the suppressed 223, because I drove over there. When I did, there was a pile of 223 brass sitting there. I picked up probably a coffee can full of brass yesterday at the range. One guy, he shot 38 pistol and unloaded. I mean, just sit there and unloaded all of his 38 brass on the table and left it. I didn't even have to bend over to get it.
Oh, nice. You gotta love those guys.
Yeah. I had one where we found a box, and it was like they put the 45 Colt brass back in the cardboard box and just left the box on the bench for a reloader to come by, and it was like, oh.
I just kept picking up. I counted last night because I washed it all, and just got a lot of the carbon off. And I thought I had over 100 223. I didn't. I had 97 or 99 or something like that. I was just under 100, but I had probably 50 38 special. And all of them were sitting right there on top of the table. I had probably 20 357 SIG. And I don't know how many 40 cal I had. Somebody shot a lot of 40 cal and didn't pick up any of it. So
40 cal is the most abundant thing I see on the shelf these days.
Really?
Yeah. You go to Bass Pro and here's 300 boxes of 40 cal and 25 boxes of 9mm. And everything else is like tactical this or personal defense that. And
well, I just decided I'm going to start picking up brass and sorting it, and so
horse trade.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a bunch of junk I don't shoot or load for, and I thought, well, I'll just sack it away.
Trade for it. Yeah. Will they let you clean lead out of the berms if you repack the berms?
I don't know if they will or not. I don't know much about the range, man. I just go over there on the weekdays when nobody's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just ask them if you can have some lead, dig some lead.
Well, if you throw the dirt back up in the pocket holes, they don't care.
Yeah.
If you prove yourself to them.
Yeah.
They're pretty laid back. I mean, there's,
Mm-hmm.
You can shoot over there at night.
Oh.
They don't care. The range is open 24 hours a day at your own risk. You go do whatever you want.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty
it sounds
careful.
like you can harvest lead.
Yeah,
There's no range officer saying stop firing or none of that. It's just, but they probably have, I would guess they have 10 pistol bays that are anywhere from 10 to 30 yards. And then, each one of them has a couple of tables at it. And then there's a 50-yard range with about probably 6 or 8 tables at it. And a 65-yard range with a couple. Then they have a 100-yard range with probably 20 tables at it. And then they have a 300-yard range with probably 8 or 10 tables. And then they have a whole cowboy action village.
Like Tim been saying right there, we need to do the 300-yard range with some tracers. I've got a couple of boxes full. We could do this 300 blackout with tracers.
They told me when I went to the orientation, to sign up and pay my money, they said, it says in your little deal, the range is open 24 hours a day for your convenience. They said, people always ask, can we shoot at night? He goes, you can shoot whenever you want to go out there. We don't care. And I was like, this is all right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, go out there and put a light on a target at night.
Yeah. Just an LED flashlight. Yeah.
Yeah. And then back off 300 yards and shoot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And
just set it in the grass in front of the target about 10 feet.
Yep. So
the eagle eyes here.
Talk about shooting at night.
Yeah. There's the man, the night shooter.
Yep. He's laughing at 300. Oh, you stop it. I can't even get. I'm not climbing, so yeah.
You can shoot across the valley and shoot about 4.5 miles, Jim.
I know. But
I can
How
can
far
shoot
will a
farther.
tracer go? Let's see.
A tracer will go every bit of 800 yards out of a 308 because I used to be a 60 gunner.
Yeah,
I
they don't
forgot
light up
to-
till about 75 or 100 yards, but
I forgot to shoot tracers this winter time, this winter, and I forgot all about it. And I have 308 ones,
but like I said, they don't fire up for about 75 to 100 yards.
But when you're shooting car bodies and stuff, like in the military, we always shot old car bodies out there on the range with the M60. You could tell when you were hitting it because you would get all kinds of wild ricochets. Man, I mean, they would spiral out of there. And so you knew you were hitting steel when you were ricocheting like that.
We shoot them down at Texas. Of course, that range is a mile, basically. So, we shoot the tracers when it's wet. Set the hayfield on fire in the middle of winter.
Yeah. We set the range on fire every time we shot tracers.
Yeah, that's why it has to be wintertime around here. So,
and they get more and more unstable as they go because that magnesium's burning out in them, and they get more and more nose heavy, so they start tumbling.
Yep. We would have to use all of our ammo that we were given, and so at the end of the year, in order to get the same amount of ammo the next year, we'd have to go out and shoot it all, and turn in empty brass and links for your 60. We would lay a poncho down on the ground. And just when we got done, we had a mound of brass and links there. And then we would take big magnets and swing over that, and that would pick up all the links. And then we would it'd take two guys, one on each side of that poncho. We'd pick it up and shake all the brass out in our cans to send it back. But we'd shoot thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds just so we'd get it back the next year. That's fun on a 60, but that's miserable on a 18-inch barreled 870. To shoot a pallet of 2 3/4 inch buckshot between 5 guys by the end of the day, you're just holding a shotgun under your arm, pulling the trigger as fast as you possibly can because you're
from the hip.
Yeah, shooting from the hip, man. It was miserable. Shoot a pallet of 870 buckshot, or 2 3/4 inch buckshot.
wow.
The National Guard up at Neosho at old Camp Crowder still has a machine gun range up there. When you drive by it on the weekends and there's cars out there, you roll down the window. They're still shooting M240s and M60s, I'm sure, if they're still in the inventory.
Yeah. I don't know what they have now. I shot a saw right before I got out. That was my primary duty weapon, was a saw. That was a belt-fed 5.56. Man, it shot fast. You could burn through a bunch of ammo with a saw.
Except you didn't like shooting blanks through those belt feds because your barrel has a pinhole by the end of the day.
Yeah. Yep. Fun to shoot, awful to clean. They give you that little green bottle of gun oil and tell you to go clean that till it's clean. Go out there and spray it down with oven cleaner and everything else under the sun.
Decarbonizer.
Carburetor cleaner. I mean, we had all kinds of stuff in the truck. You just didn't get caught spraying it down.
Drinking gasoline.
Nah, I inhaled some sweet tea.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you put in your lungs. Your lungs don't.
Oh yeah, there was something I got in my lungs. It was killing me. What was that?
That's what took me so long coming back from the last time. I almost had to do the Heimlich on Twine. She makes some caprese salad and sucked a little piece of tomato into her chest, and she was about to turn purple on me.
Man.
Yeah.
She's having a rough night.
She is. Gorilla glue all over her stomach. Now she's inhaling tomatoes.
Poor Twines. Yeah. Well.
She had an aversion to avocados until she met me, and I made her that caprese salad, the Mexican version of caprese with avocado. Now she's a fan. Cranky's like, Crazy doesn't have avocados, Marvin.
No, it doesn't.
Put avocados in it, and you'll change your mind.
Man, I got to water the fruit trees. Damn it. Forgot.
What have you been doing all day? Aren't you retired?
Yeah, I was useless today.
After your second nap, come on.
Yep, didn't even do well. I let the neighbor shoot the 22 like that. But I didn't do any shooting or nothing. Yeah.
Two
So,
things have really got me fired up about shooting: the RCBS automatic powder dispenser and joining this gun range. Between those things,
yeah.
I've shot more in the last couple
You
months.
used to make
than I have the
videos
last-
going, only reload for hunting, and only reload enough to get through the season. Now look at you. The bugs got you.
Yep, I'm back. They're wanting me to shoot in a long range match over there with my 243. They've got a hunting division where you take a hunting rifle and you compete. And anyways, I've shot at that range a few times, and I just need to get together some ammo and go over there and do it one day. But I'd like to do that just to see how I would stack up against other guys with a hunting rifle.
Well, if they have a target that looks like a 12 point running by, you're in good shape.
But the church I'm working with, one of the men there is a F-class shooter. He's actually like a record holder and a world record holder, and he's done all kinds of stuff. He's shot on a world level for a long time. And attaboy, Jim.
A non-kink hose my ass.
Right you, Jay, with it.
Have you ever seen a non-kink hose that doesn't kink? They all kink, even though they say they're non-kink.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
They lie.
That guy at church, though, he was the first man to ever shoot a prairie dog at 2 miles. That's one of the records that he held.
Wow.
2 miles.
Wow. A prairie dog.
About a 40 MOA ramp on his scope.
They went out there the night before, the evening before, and set the gun up, set everything up, and picked a prairie dog hole that was active, had a lot of dogs in it, got their range dialed in, and then they went to the motel, covered the gun and everything up, left it there. Came back out in the morning before the wind got up. As soon as it got daylight, he said, "You just pray for a good shot, and you pray that prairie dog has a bad day." And he ended up hitting the prairie dog at 2 miles.
Wow.
That's like shooting a hot dog in a bun at 2 miles, because they are not big animals. Rats in New York are bigger than prairie dogs.
That's true. I remember stopping at that, what was that? Devil's Tower in Wyoming. And they had a little prairie dog town there. And I kept taking pictures of prairie dogs popping out of the hole. And I would take a picture of it and I would send it to a buddy and say, "Man, I got a crap. I got one prairie dog." And it would be just that prairie dog's head popping out of the hole. I probably sent that tweet probably 15 or 20 times on the way home.
All right, that's enough water for now.
They're supposed to find out this week if I got my Kansas deer tag.
Your gun season tag?
Yeah. They'll send you an
Can you
email
buy-
saying you got a tag coming or you got a check coming back. Either way.
Can you buy an over-the-counter muzzleloader tag? Their
I don't know.
muzzleloader season is like September, if I remember right.
Yeah, and then they've got the archery season. The way we've got our club set up, you can do gun, archery, or pay for both. And then there's a couple of guys that are turkey only. But one of the guys that's turkey only in the club had never been on the property that we leased this year, and when he started scouting, he was like, there were 75 birds out there. He's like, I didn't know how I could get to them. We got 75 turkeys. One of them's going to spot you. So, yeah, he tagged his turkey in the first day.
Yep.
So I'm excited. When you get
All right, I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I'm tired. I'm beat.
You hadn't fired up the bucket all night.
I'll turn it on for you.
It's a remote control. It's a rough.
There we go.
No, but I'm tired, man. It's after 10 o'clock. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, at least you've been gardening and stuff. So
Yeah, and I got another full day of yard work tomorrow. Got to mow the lawn.
I got a couple of guys coming to help me prep for concrete tomorrow, so we're going to start about 7 o'clock, so I won't be on much longer.
well, this is titled a short chat. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it won't be. I'll see you guys in about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Get that cranky.
All right, take it easy.
See you on the flip side.
oh, thanks
Yeah,
for-
short chat, Jim. I backed up a bunch of short chats.
I know. Oh, I'm glad I didn't forget about those apple trees. We want apples this year.
Oh, we went and they call it plugging the peach trees. We went and if you have a peach tree, you got to knock about half the peaches off. Otherwise, your peaches are going to be the size of a golf ball.
Yeah.
So you plug the peach trees, you knock about half of them off, so you got big, plump, juicy peaches. I bet me and Twine took 250 peaches off that tree, and we didn't get the stuff up high. We are covered. Not one apple, but we got peaches. So they're going to be, here it is the 1st of June, and they're still the size of a pecan, so they're going to be freestones. Last year we didn't have any at all because of the frost got the blooms. So, but man, we got peaches this year.
Our apple trees are totally in jail. The sun totally wrapped them in chicken wire. There's no way the deer can get to them. Otherwise, they'll eat them, until they get big and tall enough, and then they'll chew on the bark. Yeah.
It's hard to grow fruit, man.
Yeah. But it's so nice when it works,
Yep.
Oh, man.
Don't buy the hybrid trees. Buy the ones that grow locally, and you'll have a lot more success.
Jim, you shouldn't be wrapping the chicken wire around them, treating the symptom. You should take care of the disease around your place.
Yeah. That 12 gauge will take care of some of those mule deer.
They'll just keep coming. It's either that or the squirrels or something else. They'll just keep coming. They never stop.
That little 22 right behind the ear.
I took 8 squirrels like in a month once, and a month later there were 8 more. So they just keep coming. You can't get rid of them.
Nope. One goes down and another takes its place.
It's like waves in the ocean, new territory. Yep.
Yeah, one year I said I'm gonna put a dent in these coyotes around here. I think I personally accounted for 26 dead coyotes. The next year I had just as many coyotes as I ever had. And I asked the game biologist about it. He said, man, all you did was make room for other coyotes to migrate in. He said, everybody has to kill 26 if you want to make a dent in it.
Yeah.
When I lived in Little Rock, I would see coyotes in the middle of town. They're eating cats and rats and dog food off people's porches, and they can live anywhere they want to.
Yep.
Yeah, we were supposed to do a greenhouse this year, and I didn't get to it, and that's the only way to keep everything out.
Well, can you still get Irish Spring? I know your wife likes that. It doesn't work, but you can hang it all you want to.
Yep, tried that. Tried the little beepers and the noisemakers, everything. Yeah.
Well, About an 18-inch noisemaker is about all you need.
Put it down, squirrels. Yeah.
Hey, that turtle popper works good on squirrels when they're trying to eat through your bird feeder too. I can tell you that.
I do.
I got a smart one out there. He just sticks to the ground now. I'm like, you can get off the ground all you want.
Yeah, I do want to pop a squirrel with a 44 mag just to see. Yeah.
Turn them inside. I've shot baby hogs with a 7 mag before. They will turn inside out. I promise you.
Appalachian Reloader is here. Hey.
Yeah, a friend of mine was deer hunting and he saw a white squirrel. And he was like, I want to get that white squirrel mounted. But he was deer hunting with a 7 mag. So now he has a white squirrel tail because he shot the squirrel. He tried to like shoot, low in the chest, thinking he could get it mounted. You wouldn't see the chest, you'd just see the back of it. But you could shoot a squirrel at 20 yards with a 7 mag and not just ruin everything. And the taxidermist was like, I can't sew this back together. You want the tail? So that's what they did. They cut the tail off and just put some borax on it, dried it out, and gave it to him.
Yeah, it looks like an Afghan. It doesn't look like a squirrel hide.
It's like I can't do nothing with this, man. By the time I sew everything back together, there's nothing left.
Yeah, fishnet pantyhose.
But squirrels are short hair. You can't sew them up like you can a coyote. You'll see every stitch if you're a taxidermist.
Yeah. We should try
Back when I was
50 grain 308 we shot the cans with peas and carrots. That would do really good on a squirrel, I think.
Yeah. All that velocity, yeah, he'll turn them inside out.
Yep.
Hey, Preacher, where were you trout fishing from the bank? You were pulling them in, but that water was moving.
That was on the Spring River in north. Yeah, up there in north, kind of central east Arkansas, right on the Missouri.
I'm very familiar with the Spring River.
Yeah. Yeah, we went up there during spring break. I've actually got a video on the Spring River State Park. I just never have edited it all, but that's a really neat place. I'd never been there.
Yeah, Mammoth Springs is really something.
Yeah.
It's the highest water volume spring in North America.
Yeah, it's like, I think they said it was like the top 3 or 5 freshwater springs in the world. I want to say it was 9 million gallons an hour come out of that thing.
Yeah. It's the largest spring in North America.
I think you're right. I think it is the largest freshwater spring. Yeah, Mammoth Spring State Park.
And they don't know how deep it is.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look at it, you're like, well, it don't look like it's just boiling out there, but it's just like a big pond and it's just like boiling water. Just kind of rolls up. But when you look at where it flows over the spillway where they got it dammed up, I mean, you're like, wow, that's a lot of water.
Well, there used to be the fish hatchery there.
Right.
That U.S. Fish and Wildlife took over, but Kroger Grocery Stores is who built that fish hatchery.
Really?
So the larger stockers, that's where they got the name Kroger's, because the 8-inch stockers is what Kroger would release or would sell the Arkansas game of fish. You tell stocker because they don't have any fins on the bottom. But that's where the nickname Kroger came from, for the bigger stockers.
Huh.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife took it over. Yeah.
We were going to go see it, but they had the train tracks tore up in between there and between the state park and the fish hatchery, and you couldn't get in there. They were putting new train tracks in. So I didn't get to go to the federal fish hatchery. And so we went downstream to the state fish hatchery, and they were building new tanks there, and it was closed. You couldn't go in there either. But we caught a bunch of trout that week, but we didn't catch anything big. They were all, 12 inches and under.
Yeah, they're all stocked in there. I don't know of anybody that's caught big fish out of the spring.
they actually catch big ones there, but they catch them downstream, or they grow up downstream, and they only catch them when they come up to spawn. I saw videos of guys catching look like brown trout that would probably go 8-9 pounds, and rainbows that would go 7 or 8 pounds, but it's only during the spawn. Other than that, they go back in the downstream, and you have to have a boat to get to them.
Right. Oh,
But
I've canoed that river many a time.
Yeah.
We did
but
several church trips there when I was growing up.
it was we ate probably the best catfish place. Well, I didn't get catfish because they sold walleye, but there's a fish place right there in Mammoth Springs, and the place is packed. I mean, it takes up half a city block, but they serve walleye. You can even get all you can eat fried walleye. I didn't get the all you can eat, but it was great, and the catfish was great. My wife got the catfish, I got the walleye, but that was probably some of the best fish I've ever had. Of course, anytime you tell me walleye fillets, I'm in like Flint. You know, I'm ready to go.
We had a lot of walleye up in Canada when we were up there on that float trip, and I like the smallmouth bass better. Walleye can be a little on the dry side.
Yep,
but it's tasty.
It is. It's good. It's a good flaky fish.
Golf ball launcher turkey. Yeah. Oh, okay, Preacher. We just replaced our TV, the big one. And I'm thinking on doing the golf ball launch test against the screen like you did.
Do it. I'm telling you, that old TV I shot, that thing was built like a tank, man. You couldn't break it.
I know. I just don't want to mess to clean. Yeah. But I thought of you, and I was like, okay, what are we going to do with this TV? And
19-inch TV, that glass can be a half-inch thick on the front of it. You get it like a 35-inch, it's like an inch thick.
I'm waiting on blanks. I've got I can't say. I've got connections at a military base whose name will go unlisted. And I'm waiting on blanks. I've got a 5-gallon bucket full of golf balls.
Nice.
I need blanks to shoot them with.
You can buy a blank crimper, make your own.
Yep. The crimper's expensive though, isn't it? Like
$150 or something, ain't it?
Really?
Yeah, 90 or so for the.
Oh, it's $100.
Something like that. Yeah. That's kind of pricey, you know. Because you got to open them up to fill them, and then you got to crimp them. But once you got her down, then it's easy. You know, you can use like red dot powder, stuff like that is perfect for that. I don't know.
Well, Jim, I was shopping for black powder supplies. You can't get black powder anywhere now with the Goex plant down. So I found a vendor that they sell the saltpeter, but they also sell tannerite bulk.
Yeah.
So yeah, 50 pounds for $140 shipped.
Wow.
Does it come with the aluminum or just the?
Yeah, that for the $140 shipped. That's with the aluminum.
Wow. That'll make a hole in the ground.
Yeah. And make a hole in a TV too, Jim.
You know, I forgot to blow up a snowman this year. I'm forgetting everything.
Well, you did the surfboards or whatever it was.
Yeah, but it wasn't tannerite. We got a bunch of tannerite sitting around here.
I wish you would retire and stay home where you had time to do this kind of stuff.
I know you're out there working hard in the garden and everything, and I'm watching the video going, nope.
You're out there 5 minutes before dark with a water hose going, I did this.
Yeah, it's like, what a pain in the butt. I got to water 2 trees today. Yep, got to get a little more active there. Full Lego golf balls. What? 5-gallon bucket. Oh, logo golf balls. Yeah. Poor Uncle John. Whenever we were golfing, if we found a logo ball, they had to give it to me because I had a collection, of logos. Sorry, Uncle John, for all the golf balls you had to give up.
Oh, you can't go to a golf course here without finding logo golf balls because all the Walmart vendors.
Yeah.
It'll say Kellogg. It'll be Kellogg's or McCormick or Railback or.
I've got a bunch of Frito-Lay and Pepsi golf balls in that 5-gallon bucket in there.
Idaho Rogers is here. Yeah, but what sucks was they knew if they found a, because as you're going along, you're looking for balls, and you pick up a nice golf ball, nice Titleist, you turn it over, son of a bitch, I got to give it to Jim. Yeah. Idaho, how's it going? Yeah, logo balls are really cool. There's some really cool clubs and logos on those things, engines, everything. Yeah, I was going to do a wall.
What if it had an eagle stamped on it, Jim?
Oh, I've had some with eagles. I think I might have an eagle one. I was going to give it a Kenny.
I was thinking about that barrel you had with all the eagle heads stamped on it.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to tell you that was a Seattle Seahawk is what that was.
Yeah, Seahawk barrel.
That's what I wanted to say. It was a Seahawk Hot 6.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah,
Well, I went looking the other night on that, wasted about 2 hours of time, and that's the assembly mark from the Eddystone Armory.
Wow.
Eddystone, what's that exactly, Pat?
That was a factory they had during World War I that they made out of a train station or something.
Yeah.
That Remington was working out of, I think it was. But it wasn't really Remington. It was Eddystone, and they closed it after the war. But they built 1917s there,
Yeah.
and that's their assembly mark.
Yeah.
As soon as you said 30-06, I went boring. I was wanting 6mm Arisaka something or another, and you said 30-06, and I was like, oh crap.
No, I like 30-06. I know you don't anymore. but-
Everybody wants the 03, but we had like 10-1 1917s to 03s in World War One.
Yeah, well, before the war, we had to make them for the other countries to catch up because they were badly needing rifles. But they used, then we made them in 30-06. 67 Rebel SST AMC is here.
Yeah, I was thinking about Sergeant York clearing out the machine gun nest with that thing.
Yep.
Yeah, he had that rifle on him in the movie. They said it was 03, but it wasn't. And yeah.
Always loved that movie when that preacher was preaching. They were about to close the service, and Sergeant York walks in. And who was that preacher? Like Yul Brenner? He goes, "Give me that old time religion." He just changes the song.
Yeah,
He walks in there crying, and, like gives his life to the Lord and everything.
That's funny.
That's funny. Yeah, if you've ever seen Sergeant York, that's a great old movie.
Yeah. Are you with me or you give me?
Yeah.
Yeah, did anyone see the Teddy Roosevelt one on History Channel?
No.
That was Memorial Day. They first put it out, but I'm sure they're rerunning it. But it's all about Teddy Roosevelt's life. And, we recorded it so you can watch it later because our TV was going out. I couldn't see the TV. And now we can watch it. But I'm just wondering if anyone watched it. Uncle John saw it.
Jim, I got an Elvis movie coming out for you. It's kind of like the life of Elvis.
Huh.
Like vitamins, except different.
Yeah. It has his TCB logo on it and everything.
Every time I go through Memphis, I say, man, I need to stop at Graceland just so I can say I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been through Memphis about 30 times. I've never stopped at Graceland.
Shag carpet and gold leaf, baby.
No.
You're not missing a lot.
Yeah, my stepmom went there because she was a huge Elvis fan all her life. And her and all her girlfriends went there, just went for that. Yeah. They had a good time.
Yep. I've seen his headstone. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Ron.
I've been through. I always think about stopping at Hank Jr.'s or Hank Sr.'s grave in Montgomery, Alabama. I've been through there 3 or 4 times. Never stopped.
Reloader 762. Is that kind of like an oil quench site? Oh, yes. I think he's quoting the movie.
That's right. He would always lick his thumb and reach up there and touch that front sight, knock the glare off of it.
Ding.
Knock that oil quench glare off of it.
Uh-huh. You're gonna get it now. Yeah.
Shoot that turkey right in the head after he licked that sight.
Yeah, that's how you kill those Germans.
Gobble at them.
They're like, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, that scene where he comes to church, they're about ready to close the church service. It's kind of like all psalm and, drab. And that preacher looks up. I think it's Yul Brynner. Isn't it Yul Brynner who plays the preacher?
No, Yul Brynner was the bald one that played in like Moses and.
Well, that was the Egyptian.
Walter Brennan.
Walter Brennan.
Yeah.
Not Yul Brynner. Walter Brennan.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, he's like, it's cold. So they're like singing this old sad song, and he looks up and he sees Alvin York coming in the back of the church, and he kind of snaps his fingers and says, "Give me that old time religion." He just changes the whole.
They're singing like the old rugged cross or something.
It's like a slow and drug out.
Somebody's about to get shot. Yeah.
My wife has a Santa Claus that looks like Walter Brennan. And I did a video where I'm like, yeah, Jim. Yeah, Jim. And he looks just like him. He's got everything. It's freaky. It's scary. Yes.
Andy Devine was the old straight man in all the Western. He talked like this all the time. Andy Devine. That's who I was thinking of earlier. But yeah. Walter Brennan. He sound like what's his name from?
If you watch a real documentary on Sergeant York, he was famous for all that he did, but he couldn't manage his money for nothing. He'd give it all away. He'd invest in crap. He died broke with his farm mortgaged to the hilt. Basically had nothing to show for his life.
Yeah, who was the cowboy that was super decorated? And he's a little guy. He didn't think he.
Audie Murphy.
Audie Murphy.
Yeah, he didn't think
Audie
he'd
Murphy
be a
was
Rambo.
the same way.
Yeah, he didn't
He
look
got
like a Rambo.
PTSD so bad.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary on him where he was roommating with somebody on a movie set, and they were out, and everybody had to stay in hotel rooms together. And he was waking up in the middle of the night, just beating on the wall, screaming and carrying on. And he slept with a pistol under his pillow, and the guy was like, "I am not sleeping in the same room with you again." But yeah, he had PTSD so bad that he was non-functional at times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
probably.
he die in a car wreck? Like after he got back in the States, made a few movies, died in a car wreck.
No, he didn't die in a car. He
Oh.
was in like 70 something movies, but
He lived a full life and did all those cowboy movies.
Oh, I'm thinking of
James Dean.
No, George Patton in that car wreck where he broke his neck.
Yeah,
They had him alive in the
That was
hospital.
at the end of World War II. Mhm.
Yeah, he was going hunting and hit another car and broke his neck. They had him alive for a long time, but he just couldn't pull through.
And there's also conspiracy theories on that he was killed.
Yeah.
Shut him up, get him out of there. Yeah.
George Patton looks like a complete and total military man until you hear him talk in real life. If you
I say, have you heard his real voice?
This way up here, he talks just like this.
I'm like,
You give me a division, I'll start a war with them damn Russians.
Yeah.
them krauts are in the meat grinder and I've got my handle on the crank. You know,
Yeah.
He was crazy though. He'd stand right out front. Yeah.
One of my favorite stories about him was crossing the Rhine River, and he had his driver stop, and he got out and took a pee right in the middle of the river. I was like, if he weren't a Yankee, you'd be a good redneck.
Broke Loader is still here. I would love to do a conspiracy channel, but there's so many out there. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Grandpas. Yes. How's it going, grandchild? Oh.
I have music for conspiracies. You ready?
Yeah, there you go.
Did it happen? Yeah.
I do like a good mystery, whether it's ancient civilizations or D.B. Cooper,
Some of that crap, though, is so out there. I mean, we were flipping through YouTube yesterday, and one of the headlines said, "Did the Egyptians use sound waves to build the pyramids?" And I'm like, no, there's no way they use sound waves to build the pyramid.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. The biggest theory is they came later. They didn't do that because the stuff they were making after wasn't anywhere like that. Same with some other civilizations. You'll see the stonework that is just laser cut. And then you see where the stonework doesn't look so good, and then it got worse as they got newer.
Moses had a little to do with that.
We can see that in South America and everywhere, but the Sphinx is so eroded. They're saying it's way older than the Egyptians, and they just carved that head on it, and it doesn't even look right on that cap.
Well, considering Napoleon shot the nose off with his cannon and
they put
everything
their own
else.
face. Yeah, they put their own face and markings on everything. But they did find like a tomb, a square box, just perfectly cut, and they screwed up. And it looks like a saw got off kilter, like the blade was bad, that went at an angle. And they said, wait a minute, if the Egyptians were doing this super slow, they would have noticed they're going this way, on a perfect line. And so they left it, they abandoned it. It's in a museum, and it's like, wait a minute, they didn't do that. They had something better than that, because that's going fast when you go, oops, I cut at an angle accidentally.
No.
There's all kinds of evidence like that out there.
I thought it was cool how they ruptured the stone back then. They would drill the holes with their, with the pins and all that. Then they put the mustard seeds in the hole, and the mustard seeds would expand with the water and bam, pop that rock. And that's how they did it. They documented how they did it.
Well, they tried to show how they cut with bronze, like the saw going slow. And it took them so long to do a couple millimeters. They're like, no way a guy's going to sit there for 8 hours to do that much. They can't.
Yeah, can you imagine? You're doing this all day long, and at the end of the day, you've gone like a half a centimeter.
And there's no way you spend 8 hours doing a crooked cut and go, oops, we got to throw it away now.
How was work today, honey? Oh, it was great. I cut 1/8 of an inch.
And there's stone work in South America that looks like it's almost molded. and there's the theory, the natives, everything, that there was this plant that helped soften the stone, and that's why an extract out of this plant.
You
And
mean
that's
like
the theory. That's what the natives say, that they was handed down to them for thousands of years.
so Clint Eastwood spit on the rocks and they got soft?
That's right. So anyway, there's tons out there, and you can spend a lifetime on mysteries. There's a lot
Or they use granite and basalt hammers to chip the softer rock, and there you go.
Yeah, but there
Is it true?
Mitsubishi, or however you pronounce it, places
It
like
could
that,
happen.
you got laser cut box inside a box. I mean, we can't even do that stuff.
Well, I got a conspiracy mystery for all you guys. I was trying to figure out, this monkeypox thing. And so everything's hush hush about how it's transmitted and how it gets around, because there's a directive, but the figures from England are out. And so there's 153 men that got it and 2 women.
They're all gay.
Well, they can't say that, but coincidence? 153 men and 2 women.
But they're happy.
But it's Pride Month.
Yes.
All right, this is going.
And you got
Hey, we all need to get vaccinated for that, because you never know.
That's
And
right.
you
You
got-
never know when you're going to end up in leather, right, preacher?
Hey, do you have sound effects to the Blue Oyster Preacher on that thing?
What do I have for that? What have I got for gay?
Oh, there's
Nothing.
a monkey out there with a sore butt and a strained tail.
Yeah. So I don't know. They tried to say you didn't have to be gay; you just had to have sex with men.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
Me and Cranky were talking about that last week. It was, you didn't have to be gay, but you still had sex with men. I was like, what was that, prisoners? I'm not gay, but I toss salad every day.
Yeah, we're not even at the 3-hour mark. Oh,
Well, it's a short chat, Jim. So now I just found it interesting that there was nowhere in the United States media, in the CDC, or anywhere else that would tell you stop having sex with men if you're a man and you will be saved from this virus, because that's all they'd have to say. Just lay off for a month or 2.
The best thing I've seen on monkeypox is this: that when you say monkeypox, the K is silent. Then it comes out moneypox. See, it's all this is about money and control.
Yep.
Keep your butt closed and you'll be fine.
here we go.
3 hours in, we're already in the trash can.
I'm sorry.
Another conspiracy thing is mining on the moon. Okay. And it's been documented. Now all these countries want to do Space Force and go on the moon and mine. And it's like, well, why didn't we mine, a long time ago? But all of a sudden, Russia, China, and us are super interested in mining on the moon right now. And why is that? That's weird.
Helium-3.
Mining on the moon. Oh, my.
I really, really wish they would just bring back what's that guy? The guy that got kicked off Twitter and Facebook, Alex Jones.
Oh,
yeah.
Alex Jones. I mean, that was good comedic relief every day I heard him.
Mhm.
It was hilarious, and half the time it was true.
Yeah, they really wanted him out of there. What happened to him anyway?
He still does broadcast, but like on his own platform.
Yeah, he can't be on YouTube, that's for sure.
He's not on YouTube. He's not on Twitter or Facebook. He's been banned from all social media.
Yeah.
But my kids have a clip of him saying that they're putting stuff in the water that's turning the frogs gay. And he was saying this like 5-6 years ago. So my kids will always go, even the frogs are gay. I mean, they'll say that like, you know, it's like a catch, like a punchline for anything. Well, I saw some news headline the other day that says frogs are going gay. And I'm like, holy smoke, it's true.
He did say a lot of stuff about 5 years that's coming true.
Yes.
I know. And it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. I mean, wacko.
But is it true?
You got to give it up to him for that, you know.
I love listening to the guy. I didn't really, believe much, but it was so hilarious just to hear him say it.
Yeah.
He's just like that guy that used to do the all-night talk show, Art Bell. Back when Art Bell used to do AM talk radio at night.
Yep.
That was so hilarious. I mean, he'd have people on there that had saw Bigfoot or, were abducted by aliens. It was hilarious.
Art Bell and what's the other one called? That was huge also. But they always had that going on.
That's one of my favorite South Parks was the alien anal probe.
I don't have anything in my butt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love South Park.
There's a transcript of this chat at Google. I'm sure you're going to be on the naughty list.
Barbara Streisand turned into a succubus. That was another one that was hilarious.
My favorite was Tom Cruise is in the closet and we can't get him out.
I don't remember that. Of course, guys, they've been on for so long.
I don't think I ever watched a whole episode, but I watched a lot of clips of them here and there along the way.
Robot Chicken was my favorite by far and away.
I just remember Mr. Hanky being a turd, and Mr. Hanky takes them all to his house and introduces Cornwallis. And it's a turd with a chunk of corn sticking out of his head. And then they go over there and look at the baby Mr. Hanky, which is Peanut. And guess what? He's got a peanut sticking out of him. And I thought...
And then the parents walk in the bathroom and there's crap all over the walls. They're like, what have you been doing?
Your
mother's going to be so mad when she cleans this up.
Oh, they were something else.
What?
Yeah. Something else.
If you guys want to see a good podcast episode, John just sent me one on. These guys did Khabib. They did a bunch of UFC guys, but anyway, I don't know why they're so huge, but they are huge. And the one with Bruce Jenner is awesome.
Really?
Yeah, and she is awesome. Bruce Jenner is awesome. Yeah, she or he, whatever. It is awesome. Watch
Caitlin, is it?
Yeah. No, she is awesome.
Hey, she's a Fox contributor, so that's
and she is. Yeah, they asked her about politics, everything, and she's totally alienated from these other of her same, and she just lays it down. And I was like, you know what? This is awesome. It was a great interview, and it's like an hour.
How is Bruce Caitlyn Jenner that went full transgender, but is against gay marriage? I'm like,
yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's you got to watch it. That's the whole complicated thing. And then the one guy asking her questions like, I can kick your butt golfing because she golfs every day. And she's like, how would you like to be beat by a 6'1" transvestite woman on the golf course? She is hilarious. Oh, it was awesome. She's like, I'll kick your ass and you're going to be embarrassed. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I have a lot of respect.
I could skewer you with a javelin at 100 yards, and you're going to like it.
Yeah, I have a ton of respect for Bruce Jenner now because she just laid her down like it is.
I'll
Yeah.
be back in a minute.
Yep.
Well, I have a hunch that his marriage was the reason he decided to cut his dick off.
No, he didn't cut. No, I don't think.
Yeah, that because if I was married to that bitch, I'd be thinking about it too.
I don't think he was a cutter. He's just a dresser.
Really?
Yeah,
He's still packing.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so Jim, you keep calling her she then. Is that because
That's what
he's got a female penis?
No, that's what she wants to be, I guess. Everyone can be whoever they want, okay? So,
Oh, I'd love to be whatever I want too. I want to be an astronaut and president of the United States.
Pat, don't go being all logical and making stuff.
opinion on the Security 6. You can shoot both out of it. Yeah. I know a lot of people run 38 and carry 357. Well, what length barrel do you have? Because in a snub nose, 357 doesn't burn the powder. It doesn't do you no good. So do a plus B 38.
I watched that Hornady podcast with Jerry Michalek on it the other day, and he said, "Listen, guys, the old days of a 38 special not being able to perform are over." He said, "Modern bullets make a 38 special plenty big to carry."
Yeah, and the thing is, if you have a 2-inch snub, a 357 is just going to make a follow-up shots miserable. A light, if you have a light little snub, I don't know what barrel length Security 6 you have. I had 2 of them that were like 2.5 inch a long time ago, and they're built like tanks. I don't know about carrying it. It's heavy. Yeah. Jamie is here, JH586. But you could shoot either. If it's a 4-inch, yeah, go 357. Yep. It should be easy to shoot. It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's like a GP 100, kind of. Not quite as heavy, but they're.
I like carrying 38. It don't bother me to carry a 38. I'm not a.
No.
I carry a 380 most of the time. A 38's twice that.
Yeah, like you say, ammo these days, there's so many good choices out there, but it's penetration versus mushrooming and all that. So 38, you don't get the penetration, but the last one I did only went to the second jug, and I shot the Nightclad. I think it did it in the first jug, but it was a gigantic mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a 32 that I carried, Kel-Tec stainless steel 32. I wish I had it back because it would hold 7 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. You had 8 rounds in the palm of your hand. That was better than 6 or 7 in a 380.
Get the new Ruger with the 10 round like me and my son have, 10 and 12.
Really?
Mm-hmm. 10 and 12 round magazines. Yeah.
Is that in 32 or 38? Or 380?
380.
Is it as small as the?
Yes, the grip's just a little bit wider, but you don't notice it, and it actually feels better.
So is it like a double stack mag? Is that what you've got, or somewhat double stack?
It's not totally. It's like everyone's doing now. It's staggered, so it makes it thinner and not so fat, and so the grip's just a little fatter. It actually feels better in the hand. It has a way better trigger, and it has a front night sight.
Wow.
Go look at my videos on the Ruger, what is it? LCP Maximum. That's what it's called. LCP.
Yeah. I remember you putting those out. I didn't watch them.
My son bought one and I fell in love with it. So I had to, I had to do it. And the standard mag is 10 rounds plus 1.
Huh.
And it's right there in your pocket, just like the other guys. Because I've had the Kel-Tec also. And the little SIG. And yeah.
I bought a PMR 30 once. I wanted 31 rounds in my pocket, but it was a little bigger than I wanted to pack around.
No, you will like this one because instead of the spring door trigger where it takes you forever, and then you're changing your grip, this just comes to a break and boom. Yeah. It's heavy, but it's a brake, not a spring door. Huge difference. Believe me, that I wasn't even interested anymore in 380s until that came up. Yep.
I'd like to have a 327 Magnum. That'd be a whole nother set of dies, a whole nother set of bullets, a whole nother set of brass.
Yeah.
But it is intriguing. The 32, 327, all that would be interesting.
Yeah.
What is that?
That is Arrogant Bastard Ale.
Nice. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, Johnny, on a Security 6, they're built like tanks. The top strap on that thing's huge. The only thing you worry about in 357 Magnum is shooting super light bullets going super fast, because it's like a welding torch on your forcing cone, okay? So keep it in the 145 on up range for bullets. You could do 125. But when you get to those 110 police loads, you're going to erode your forcing cone sooner or later. And that's what tears up the 357. Now, if you have a little K-frame Smith & Wesson, yeah, you're going to beat it up and start getting in shake. If you have something smaller, like the little pocket guns, yeah, you're going to rip that gun apart with 357 sooner or later. They just can't. They can't handle it.
That's why you get a Rossi and shoot those 110s.
Yeah, well, the 110s are going to tear up your forcing cone. It's a welding torch. That's all you got right there.
Not the Rossi lever
There's
action.
Gunsmith books that say don't shoot those. Yeah. The other thing is loud, and flash.
I have found if I say bang in between shots real loud, they think there's more than one person shooting at them.
Yeah, torch off a 357 inside and see what happens to your ears. It's bad. Anyway, don't worry about a Security 6 and what people say. Those things are built like tanks. They were overbuilt for what they were. Yeah, the 327. The neat thing about that is the 32s you can do with them. It's kind of like 38, 357. That's really cool about that. I'd like to get. Well, I'm not getting more dice. No.
I held a 327 Federal Magnum with a 6-inch barrel. And if it had been a 4-inch barrel, I'd have probably owned it. But it was just too long, and I didn't have a use for it. But I really like the caliber and the concept. And one of these days, I'll probably stumble across one, and then I'll be looking for 32 caliber bullets and 32 caliber dies and all the other crap to go with it.
Okay, Johnny, here's another thing. Sorry. Yeah, your bullet weight is all day long. However, little gun burns hot, and it's like a welding torch. They used to shoot those for the bullseye, the steel targets at long range with little gun, and it was burning up barrels also. So little gun is very hot. I have some, and I really don't like little gun. And if you look it up, it is a barrel burner. All right.
I love it in 458 SOCOM. There's a great powder for that.
Yeah, in 357, just use your 2400, your H110, 296, whatever. But try and wean yourself off a little gun, especially if you're not taking your time shooting it, because it is a barrel burner. Feel your barrel and compare it to something else. Little gun is it's a hottie. And it's not hot going fast, it's just hot on the steel, if that makes any sense. They used to use it in 357 Maximum, and that's why I know about Little Gun. In the revolvers, okay, for the silhouettes. And it was burning up revolvers in 357 Max. You go down to 357, it's going to be the same thing. Okay, you got 4 pounds of it. Well, do you shoot 300 blackout? Yeah. Just go easy on it, shoot slow. All right. You might be able to Google Little Gun Hot, something like that. You might find info on it. But
Send it to me. It doesn't last too long in 458 SOCOM.
That's what used to happen to those old Maximum guns. The Dan Wessons and the Ruger. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I have a pound of Little Gun and I don't know what to do with it. Probably 300 blackout because I wasn't happy with it. Yeah, and don't just take my opinion on that powder, but if you search, you're gonna find.
I know in Little Gun and 458 SOCOM, shooting the lighter bullets is such a fast powder that the brass won't obturate. So you'll have leakage around in the brass. But the heavier bullets, the 350 grain and higher, no problem. That's probably my go-to. It is my go-to powder on that 350 grain hollow point. Pat loves that bullet too. That NOE.
Mark Thomas, shotguns don't care. Shotguns just don't care.
Right.
That's why I like shotguns. They don't care. Yeah. It's hard to mess up a shotgun. Unless it's semi-auto.
Yeah, unless it's a Remington 1100 that blow O-rings out like crazy. Why you'd put rubber O-rings as a gas seal in a shotgun, I don't know, but Remington sure liked it.
Yeah, but I will say I have a Shorty 18 1100 and I've never changed the O-rings on it. I don't shoot it a ton.
Or you start shooting 3-inch Magnum ducks and you'll blow some O-rings.
No, I'm not shooting. No, 2 3/4 all day long. Yep. No. That's very reliable. I've never had a gag on me. Very reliable. And I don't get in there and clean it either. Just squirt something in the bolt and move it around. And yeah, that's about all it gets.
My brother-in-law hunted with a 1100, and he found that you can buy the O-rings at Harbor Freight that fit the gun perfectly. So he would just put about 4 or 5 of them on his key ring. If he ever blew one out, all of a sudden the gun didn't cycle. He'd, pull the barrel off, change the O-ring out, put the barrel back on, go back to hunting.
I don't know. I don't know enough about 350 Legend for Little Gun, but it makes sense because it's similar to a Maximum, okay? And Little Gun's a Maximum type powder. So Legend's just a little bit bigger. Yep.
Pat, you need to switch over to matte gas. That'll melt it quick.
What's he melting?
Looks like a big plug of lead.
Oh, he's helping the thing melt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Helping her out. Oh, it's time for a. Oh, it's going to be dark out. Time for a home rolled cigarette.
What was that?
I said you need to switch to map gas. That'll melt it quick.
Oh, I got the map gas, but the stuff's expensive.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, the propane's cheap, and I got about 20 pounds of this lead art to melt off.
Is that your drip plate right there in the middle of all that?
Yes.
Man, you got a drippy pot.
Well,
Yeah,
it's my old Leaf 420, and it decided to just kind of let go in a hurry when I was in the kitchen, and I come back out, and the pot's empty, and it's right up to the spout.
Uh-oh.
Done and empty.
Well, twist on it back and forth. Yeah, twist on it. Sometimes that helps, and then
You get a little crud on that needle. Yeah.
get the little poker out, and then if that doesn't work, lap it. It
No,
works.
it was the screw on the bottom
Oh,
that rotted out.
yeah.
Then it dropped, and then
Yeah.
it just ran the whole pot dry.
I know. I wish it was beefier where all the screws were. You know, instead of one thin piece of metal. You know, they should have put a ring of steel around those.
On the other hand, I mean, I think I paid on sale free shipping for this thing, $55 for a new one, and it's almost not worth rebuilding. Because what was it? I was looking at the outer case was $10. The screws were $5, and the needle was $3, and I was up to $30 plus shipping from Lee. So no, new one's
Hey, just
cheaper.
ship it back to them. Maybe they'll recondition it for you.
Use a hatchet, cut the lead in half.
Hey, me and Taco use an electric chainsaw.
Broke loader. Did we put a counter on the machine yet? No, we haven't. Yeah, but it's easy. Yep. It's doable. Very doable.
Hey, Tin Man, ask your wife if you can come on the chat.
Oh,
He's got 2 kids in diapers right now. He's busy.
yep.
He's taking family medical leave. He's not working.
He just did a swing thing for the girl today. He had to climb a tree. So he did a steed.
Surely his wife would lighten up and let him come on chat for a little while.
Oh, it's getting dark. I'm not packing.
Mountain lions.
What?
Mountain lion.
See the moon in the sky behind you there, Jim.
Oh, yeah. It's up here right now. It usually sunsets. It's a half moon, but you can't tell. Yeah.
It's only got one cheek showing.
Yeah, if you get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, it sunsets where the sun is, and sometimes it's orange. It is awesome, but you got to get up early, and it's huge. It's gigantic. It's bigger than the sun sometimes.
The full moon we had last month was like a harvest moon. It was big and bright.
Yeah, I love that, but you got to get up early.
Jamie said Tin Man's making number 3.
Number 3.
He doesn't wait long in between, that's for sure. He's on a 9 to 10 month spacing.
I think he'd probably quit right now, just for now. Yeah.
Well, I think she's nursing because of the formula shortage. So he's on free time right now.
There's Jay. 586.
Cranky is still up.
I thought he was going to bed.
Well, he's probably in bed doing the internet. on the
laying there with his
mobile.
phone on his chest, like he would do a lot of times in the chat.
Mhm. Wow, now I'm chilly.
Cranky, I thought you were taking a nap.
He's in bed.
Yes, in bed, he said. Yeah.
I can't wait to see his M1. They are fun.
Wind noise is Uncle Jim.
The what? Wind?
Wind noise?
Yeah, the wind picked up and now I'm cold.
Your hair's J-Loing.
I know. You get that cool mountain breeze. That feels good.
All right. We're getting there.
What a mess.
Oh my God. Wish I could have my garage. Damn it.
Preacher's eating peanuts from Aldi's. Oh, party nuts.
Like $4.50, the best deal ever on peanuts.
Man, we went from 80 to 40 degrees now. Burr. Oh well.
That man must be breastfeeding. He ain't been back.
He's had a rough day. So got his credit card. He had to climb up a tree.
Being a daddy.
Yeah, I can't.
I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying being an empty nester. I know Preacher is.
I still got one across the hall from me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I missed the Georgia chat last night. I had the boys over cooking dinner, fish tacos, enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the Georgia chat last night, probably an hour and a half, and it tickles me. It used to be just shooters from Georgia, and anymore it's like Jamie and Kyle are the only ones from Georgia. Chico's occasionally on there, but it's usually CW from New England, Scotsman from wherever he's at. You know, he's pretty much across the country anymore.
Yep, miss old Nathan in his wingback chair.
Yeah, that's true.
Is Broke Loader still out there? Broke Loader, you still out there? The lacquer on the back of the powder coat, the first bullet tomorrow I pull. It's been a month.
James Follett showed up.
So the lacquer test, hopefully I'll do it tomorrow and see if the powder eats it. I doubt it. So I have 5 months. Oh, okay, you're still here. I have 5 months to go. That's grueling, 5 or 6 months. But then I thought, no, I should shoot one to see how it looks in a, at the base of the bullet with lacquer on it. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll pull the first bullet. And they're sitting upside down on my desk. I want them out of here, but it'll be 6 months from now. I don't know how you do it, Broke Loader. It takes forever to go through those tests.
You got your survival canister to dig up too.
I know that's like 7 months, 8 months, and it's dry out now. I got to do that. I tried to get a hold of Dead Horse, and he hasn't answered my emails. So I hope Dead Horse is okay, because that's his canister.
There's Lusky. He showed up.
There's Kyle. Kyle,
get your lampshade and get on here.
Amen.
Booze and Bullets, I don't think it'll be smoky. It's just the base of the bullet. And you got lacquer coated brass and everything. I don't think it's gonna I think it's gonna work. Yeah. We'll see. Don't know. Super easy though. Spray can, you can do hundreds of bullets. We just don't use tight group and the other powders. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. Cast bullets wasn't really appealing to me. All the cast bullets I'd shot, none of them had shot like really excellent until I shot MCKs the other day. And that was the first bullet I ever had that like sunk in there. And I went, this is as good as I'm shooting with a store-bought. Jack.
Yeah. Now you gotta shoot different firearms with cast bullets because they do shoot good. Revolvers.
Well, now that you got a 30 cal.
Yeah, no, I've shot a lot of good cast bullets.
I mean, I've shot them in a pistol, but you're not. Pistol accuracy and bolt action accuracy are two different things.
Yeah, but I've tested them in pistol caliber rifles, and they shoot good. So there is cast bullets.
My 357 Ruger is so picky. I can't get anything to shoot through it.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem. It's just picky and it's hating on lead. So, yeah. No, cast shoots really good. 300 blackout, all those. Yeah.
I got a few casts. Jamie sent me some great cast bullets and 357 round nose flats, and I got the Lee and all that. And then, of course, that Rossi lever action loves all of them.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I got a whole can full of that. We need to get back together, preacher. It's been too long.
You got to get the Ross wigs. Come on, guys. I've been waiting forever.
It's been a busy year. Holy cow. October, we got married, and it's like every weekend something's going on. We're either working on the shop or doing a family thing.
And it don't help that you moved 40 minutes further away than where you were.
Right.
But it's been busy for me too. I mean, I've been busier now than I probably have been the last 7-8 years.
Your career change, yeah.
That's right.
You got to have a barbecue joint in between the two of you. Come on, that'll
Well, we've tried to meet in Johnson.
Sassy.
Well, we met at Sassy's.
Yeah, you're right. We've tried to meet at Wright's Barbecue twice, I think.
Those burnt bacon ends they have there, God almighty. My son gets that stuffed baked potato that has pulled pork and the burnt bacon ends. It was about a 3-pound potato.
Yeah.
That's full of barbecue and cheese and everything else. It's a heart attack on a plate's what it is. But God almighty, it's got macaroni and cheese.
What the heck was that?
I didn't turn my head to look, but it was an Armenian with a salvage title Dodge, probably.
Salvage title. Oh,
that was Jim's van going around the curve.
Yeah, that was Andy's Z28 going by right there.
Pat, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
The way
Even Minnie wants to know what that was. She jumped up there.
Well, Jim, I'm not kidding. So this is an Armenian neighborhood, like about, I don't know, half a mile up the road.
Uh-huh.
And that's all they drive is salvage title high-end cars. And
there went the cops.
Really?
Yeah, the flashing lights at least.
All right.
That's funny. That is funny.
Yep. And you got to drive defensively around here because they don't care about hitting you. They, Dad owns a body shop and it's already a salvage title.
I bet you could get some good goat tacos or something down the street, though.
Oh man, we have. It's not like traditional barbecue, but the Armenians know how to barbecue. So they'll put it on the skewers. There's a meat market up the street, and if you're willing to wait 45 minutes, they'll cook it for you. They'll throw it on the skewers, throw an onion on each end, and they have the best lamb and the best marinated filet mignon shish kebab. Oh, it's good stuff.
That shish kebab and then that flatbread they do in those chimeneas.
Yeah, where they stick it on the side.
And it bakes in like 45 seconds, and they pull it out.
Yep. They got to reach in there with a coat hanger and tap it off the side.
Yeah, no hair on those arms.
That's true. That's true.
Oh shit!
I love lamb. Take the whole rack of lamb and grill it. Then you cut it up like prime rib between those ribs. Oh yeah, buddy. I love lamb.
Yeah.
If you love venison, you're gonna love lamb.
Yeah, that sounds really good, Pat. The ones they hang off and carve off of the stick there.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
the rotisserie Euro style.
Now that's the Mexicans doing al pastor across the street. So I've shown you guys that. So that's guy's got at least 100 pounds of pork stacked up, marinated and done in front of the burner there all night.
And smelling good too.
Oh yeah.
Pork and beef and all that. Lamb. I'm good with all that al pastor, but chicken al pastor, it's still raw, and they're cutting the cooked part off the outside. I'm like,
yeah. But then again,
I don't know about that, but
it's dangerous any way you cut it. Though I got cleaned out really good about a month ago on that stuff. And the little woman's like, "You ain't going back there now, are you?"
Do I need a purge or not? Yeah, let's go get some al pastor or some wet burritos. God, you go to the little places around here that got the wet burritos, and they're like footballs. They have to take 2 tortillas, to make them. Of course, they're about half rice, but God almighty, they're good.
Wow, that sounds good. Stop it, people.
Leave the house, Jim. Go find Mexican food.
Jim, you got anything that ends in ITOS in the cupboard?
ITOS.
Pat kills me.
I know.
Last week he was heating his French fries over a Lee 420 pot.
Yeah, heating them up. Yeah.
So bad.
You need to go get you some ice cream down the street with your phone active again. That one was a riot. You need 2 vanilla cones.
Oh man, that hurt. I laughed till my sides hurt last week. Everybody's like, Pat, you ought to be wearing a respirator. He's holding French fries over that 420 pot trying to warm them up. Oh man.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Jim, he's not talking Doritos or Cheetos or any of those toes.
Kyle, turn your camera on. Let's get on here. Jim, have you posted a link yet?
Yes, I've been posting links. Do it again.
Kyle, we need an update from Northwest Georgia.
And your frogs are turning gay.
Maybe that's why we don't hear them
Your
anymore.
population is dropping.
I finally opened that package. Kyle's tried to send me like 3 times. It looked like Bugs Bunny's suitcase after he had been around the world. It had stamps all over it. I finally opened it up. It was full of frogs. He had a whole bunch of little plastic frogs about that big, stuffed all in it.
There he is.
Kyle, good to see you.
I was having internet problems last night. My whole system went down about 9 o'clock. I messed with it for about 40 minutes and said the heck with it. Went to bed. Oh, how is everybody?
Well, we want to know if your frogs have sounded a little different lately. You know, is their chirp just a little bit?
Yeah, they chirp, hey.
Yeah, my frogs have turned left-handed.
They only eat organic flies.
Here, let me enlarge you.
Look at Preacher.
These are the frogs that Kyle sent me. There's that one. There's a yellow one.
Oh, yeah.
Put it back there with your widgeons and buffleheads.
Yeah, look at that one there. And a little red one.
That's a Tin Man one there, salmon. Yeah.
There's the skinny one.
Yeah.
And then I got this yellow and brown one. When I opened that box up, all these frogs fell out on me.
There you go.
Preacher's had a bufflehead mount behind you.
Yeah, I actually mounted. That's the first duck I ever mounted. Bufflehead right here. As long as we're running full steam here, I mounted that about 15 years ago.
Wow.
Held together pretty good.
Yeah.
Is your back okay?
Oh.
That's a hard duck to shoot in Arkansas because they usually arrive so late the season's over with. They don't arrive till January or so.
We shot that on the main river channel. The funny story was we went down there and I put a little boat in on the main river channel and I busted out ice this way and I paddled downstream and I busted ice back to the bank and we pushed this whole big piece of ice out into the river and it washed down. And so we threw our decoys out and we were just sitting there. Nothing was happening. No ducks were flying. And then here come this barge up the river. And he got up, I think every duck, as he went by, got up. And these 3 buffleheads come out and circled around and they lit right in front, or just about to light in front of us. Me and my buddy, boom, 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 we killed all 3. And I was like, awesome. We got these 3 buffleheads. And the barge went by. And that big wave broke the ice up. And so you had these big icebergs floating around and they were grabbing our decoy strings and carrying everything downstream. I was in this little boat paddling around trying to get the decoys and trying to get the ducks. And it was crazy. And I end up saying, I'm going to mount that one. And so I did. And I'll never forget that. But yeah, it was all cool until the waves off that barge broke all the ice. And then it was just.
I love hunting on the Arkansas River. The variety of birds is something else. And, you'll have a golden eye go by at shooting hours, and it sounds like the flying saucer on Space Invaders.
Right. I've got a golden eye in my living room from the Arkansas River, just like what you described.
Or gadwalls that circle around 47 times and never light.
Yeah. We never kill a lot of ducks down here, but we always kill a few. It's
Dr.
not
Pepper cream soda.
Zero. That's pretty good stuff right there. I've had that a time or two.
Has anybody tried the Pepsi Nitro?
I think my son brought home a nitro of something. Yeah. But no, I can't remember.
Pepsi's always just sweet to me. I never really liked it, but that Nitro looks. I like the Nitro Guinness. So
yeah,
that Dr. Pepper cream soda, 0 sugar, would be a lot better if it had sugar.
I love that A&W cream soda.
Oh yeah.
And then what's the one you buy in the farm supply places, Preacher? That's so good, Friskers or
IBC.
Something like that. Not IBC, but
Frosty. Isn't it Frosty?
Frosty, yes. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Frosty root beer and Frosty cream soda. Yep.
I used to love going to the grocery store and finding IBC cream soda in a 6-pack box.
Yeah.
Yes. Score.
Yeah, there's nothing better than good cream soda cold.
My mom would make cream soda floats. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Put them in the freezer for about 10 minutes before you drink them. I mean, have them already cold, but put them in the freezer for about 10 minutes. Where when you crack that top, little ice shard start shooting down through it. Oh man,
that's all right. Man.
Uh-oh. We have frogs.
I heard a frog. Yeah. We were outside the other day and Twine was like, what kind of bird is over there in that bush just raising? I said, that is a tree frog. Don't you ever listen to Kyle on the oh God, they're loud.
Yeah.
We got mosquitoes this year. We've had so much rain. Oh my God, we had 12 inches of rain in the month of May. And now we got freaking mosquitoes. So we go out on the back porch and turn the fan on. Because otherwise you're like, ow, ow, ow. It's like being in East Arkansas.
Or Georgia.
Yeah.
Do you have a zapper?
No, not here. Last year I didn't have a single mosquito land on me, but we've had so much rain that we got mosquitoes this year.
They're bad here too right now.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was that they don't like. But it's not like spraying yourself with chemicals.
So soft.
There was something they don't like.
The skin so soft from, was it Avon that sells that?
Yes.
It's like a mineral oil.
Yeah, I thought there was a household product you can put on that's not chemicals,
Listerine.
They do not like Listerine. They will leave you alone.
And then you can drink it and you won't care.
Yeah, if you need fresh breath, just lick your arm.
Yeah, gnats. Gnats.
That's bad here.
Wait till August, preacher, and then you'll have the black flies biting you.
The gnats were so bad, we put a fan out the chicken pen just to blow air across the chickens to blow them away. My wife said that she read somewhere online that vanilla air freshener, like for your car, would run gnats away. So we got like 6 little yellow tree vanilla air fresheners.
It looked like a redneck's pickup truck.
When I walk out, that vanilla smell is chicken pen.
Well, that's better than the alternative, I guess.
I was thinking of the other night, preacher. I was shopping on eBay, and some guy, when I was looking for my saltpeter, some guy is selling boxed chicken shit on eBay.
I'm sitting on a gold mine.
By the pound. I was just blown away. It's like,
I've got about 40 tons of it on our job site out there where we tore down a chicken house.
I think that would be a great gag gift. They're like, what's with this packaging? Digging through the.
I'm sitting on a gold mine.
Oh, yes. Maybe I should send some to Tin Man. Yes.
I mean, he was awfully proud of it, too. I was thinking, yeah. Gold mine.
Just be sure the note says ass cast.
That's right. Chicken ass
I
cast.
got 10 man's bullets out the other day to reload, and it said not ass cast. Letters on the Ziploc baggie.
Oh, it was hilarious.
That was great. You couldn't have scripted that better.
That spray is so realistic. It's unbelievable.
What is that smell? Oh my God. Tin Man, what have you done?
The best part, though, is before he says anything, he just keeps going. He just keeps sniffing. And
I got a case of crotch rot or something. What's going on here?
When did I shower? Was it 2 days ago? Yeah.
Yeah. Did the
I
sun
wish
just
I could
walk
go
by?
back and watch that video. Golly bum, that was funny.
Tin Man can send baby shit.
Yeah.
dirty diapers.
Yeah.
Just put them under your tomato plants.
Oh, that's placentas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my German Shepherd is keeping the frogs at bay here lately.
She's
I hate
figured
it
them
when she
out.
gets a hold of one of them, but she kind of run them all out of the backyard. They're in the neighbors' yards now.
Man, they're still in the garage. I want my garage back. Now I got to go freeze
Are
outside.
they still out there foraging?
Yeah, I hear pounding. Yep. It's an all day thing, people. Come on now.
Just
Pat,
go
what
flip.
are you up to, sir?
Just go flip the breaker off, Jim.
I could. And then I'll sing the Wichita Lineman.
Pat, what are you up to?
Well, I got a cap and ball revolver, and I'm in casting balls.
Oh,
Like crazy. So
Can't have enough balls.
no,
That's right.
Balls, yeah.
Bruce Jenner still has balls.
You know, Pat, you're saying when he cut his willie off, I said, no, they don't cut him off. They just turned him inside out.
Jesus.
You can't. That's speaking of Bruce Jenner. You can't tell me that whole thing was not a publicity stunt because he still has it. You want to convince me that you want to be a woman? Cut it off.
Oh, see, the whole drive back from the burrito place, I was being threatened with castration by the little woman and her Lorena Bobbitt shears. She wasn't happy with me, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm wincing a little bit, a little oversensitive, but no, I don't want nobody taking nothing to my junk. Thank you very much.
I love that Bobbitt joke. You know, she cut it off and drove down the street and then threw it out the window and it hit them two old ladies' windshield. And two old ladies smack. And one lady looked at the other one and said, "You see the size of dick on that bug?" I love that joke.
What kind of bug was that? I don't know, but it had a huge dick on it. Oh God.
Well, the one the little woman brings up down here in Southern California, a little city called La Puente, and there's a woman who did did the same thing, except she had a garbage disposal and learned the lesson. Don't throw it out the window.
My favorite growing up was up in Beebe, the little town north of where I grew up. The dude was messing around on his wife, but he was a heavy drinker, so he fell asleep in the recliner in his bathrobe. She super glued it to his hand. That was like in the early 80s.
Wow.
A whole tube of crazy glue.
Wow.
Could you imagine making that phone call on the rotary dial? I need an ambulance. What for? Just send them over here. We'll talk about when they get here. Yeah, that made the newspaper.
Poor
A whole
Uncle
tube?
Tom eating a burrito.
Well, back then you got a tube of crazy glue. It was only about an inch and a half long. You
That's
didn't
what
have
she said.
big bottles of CA glue like you got nowadays. That's right.
I remember that guy. It was a news story. I just heard about it in the news, but this guy thought it would be funny to put super glue on his hands and grab a rhino at the zoo on the butt. Well,
What a
super glue
moron.
on skin instantly. So he grabbed a rhino's rear end and his hands were bonded. Well, the rhino freaks out that he can't get this guy off the back of him. So the rhino's like running around
He's slugging around like a rag doll.
Yeah, this guy's just getting ragdolled behind him. So they finally tranquilize the rhino. Well, he's super glued to his butt. When the rhino goes out, it loosens his bowels and he starts crapping. And this guy's super glued, and they're having to shovel crap away from his face so he can breathe because the rhino's just like turned loose his bowels while he's under a sedation. And then they got his hands off the rhino's butt.
Oh my god!
The worst drunk story was what Susie told me when she was the charge nurse on the urology floor at Baptist Hospital in Little Rock. This old boy got really drunk and he was not circumcised. So he felt like, oh, I can do this myself.
Oh, God.
And skinned his whole pecker. And I mean, you got to be real drunk to do this. So the urologist was like, so what he ended up doing was cutting an incision on the bottom of his scrotum, tuck his tallywhacker through it, and sewed it around the bottom of his scrotum. And because they were going to have to do more surgery where they took skin off his leg and all that. Well, in the meantime, they had to keep it from getting infected. So this dude was like the laughing stock of the hospital. And we're not talking about a little hospital. This was like 9 stories, 4 wings per floor.
Well, it's been a nice chat. I gotta go.
That hurts just talking about it, man.
Oh man, I think I should stop drinking.
I think I should start.
I should start.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Every time a good-looking woman walks in the room, it's like getting kicked in the nuts.
Wow.
No, don't talk dirty to me. No, don't talk dirty to me.
Did any of y'all see that video of that guy that had the fireworks go off in his hand over the weekend?
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, hey, look, this guy's drunk, okay, bad drunk, and he lights some kind of a big firework, and it blew up in his hand. And when he's done, he's got like one finger and a thumb. His hand is just blowed to pieces. So when they put the light on him to see if he's okay, he didn't have anything on but a pair of underwear. He's walking around in a gigantic crowd of people, nothing but his underwear, and he's blowed like these 3 fingers off. And his hand is just spurting blood out. It's the sickest looking thing I've ever seen. It made me hurt looking at it. And then last I heard, they had amputated his entire hand. But man, he was bad. I don't think he was drunk. I think he was on narcotics. Because after it went off, he was holding his hand up in the air, showing everybody like, hey, it's okay. And his hand looked like that. It was just like,
yeah, hang loose, dude.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
Hang loose,
yeah.
So, what do y'all think about them Falcons this year?
How about the Braves?
Golly bum.
You never know where it goes. Oh, yeah.
Well, I know this. It's pushing 11 o'clock on my time, so I got to get off here, boys. You guys have a good evening, a good chat. Keep going. Don't stop because of me. I'll see y'all on the next one.
All right, Preacher. Have a good one.
All right. Good night, Preacher. Thanks for coming on.
I'm not too far behind, and we're going to fire up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, this is short squirrel.
Preacher getting that side by side again. Y'all need to go unicorn hunting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're coming up 4th of July, bringing me a load of cedar trees that are about 14 inches in diameter. Cedar logs.
Hey, Pat, let us see your balls. Those are some nice balls.
Nice balls.
Yep.
Are you going to polish your balls?
No, I'm not going to polish my balls. I was thinking about powder coating them, but not.
I don't know how you could keep them in the oven that long. Didn't that hurt?
Well, I tell you, if you get through it, I did some glow in the dark powder coat on Martini Henry one time. So,
Pat and his glowing balls.
oh, so what you up to, Kyle?
I went to bed a little bit early. Now I'm awake with a headache.
Oh shit!
The Dr. Pepper zero sugar stuff's just not cutting it. Let me go get some water.
Bourbon helps.
Come on, baby.
Or some squeeze-ems.
Squeeze-ems.
Yeah, we should end the chat anyway because the hour's here. What is it, the 5th? Yeah, I start on the 6th.
3 hours, 45 minutes is what I'm showing.
Yeah, and I was over because of that 10-hour chat.
Oh.
Oh, and this is another short chat, 4 hours. Oh, well, they're always fun. I should call it long chat, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I said this will be a marathon chat. It'll be about 2.5 hours. Be like a Georgia chat. 2 hours. Gotta go.
I should put a timer on these things. It just cuts off.
Jim, I don't know if you know this, but look in the top left corner.
Oh man.
3 hours, 45 minutes, and 59 seconds.
Yep. I got 3:46:44.
I'm glad I got to catch you guys anyway, even though if we're going to end it. It was short, but it was fun.
How was the camping trip, Kyle?
Which one?
Well, the latest one, I guess.
Great.
Y'all go out shooting onions again this time?
No, we didn't shoot any onions. Just went out. I had a little fun.
Oh, the river's busy again up here. You can tell it's summertime. You hear an ambulance or a cop car about once in the evening. Somebody's drunk at a campsite. Ah, you asshole! Yeah.
It was a homemade bikini contest night down at the Shadow Lake Bar and Grill.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
We retired the flag on our front porch. I was like, Twine, we can make a bikini out of this for you. She's like, yes, we could.
Has anyone done it with cellophane?
So that's what she was like. Saran wrap's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's a new one. That would be interesting, actually. Yeah.
Scotch tape.
Ooh.
Duct tape. Yes.
Packing tape.
Tim says he can make a bikini out of an old tube sock. He can cover his man boobs and his whacker out of that.
Oh man, there's a picture in my mind now. Oh God.
Unsee.
I'm gonna need a cheese grater to get this out of my head. Oh, Ozark, hang on.
Is that a toilet behind you, Kyle?
No, that's my trash can. So my dog
It looks like a toilet tank.
Yeah,
Are you sitting on the crapper talking to us? Yeah. Don't stand up. Don't stand up.
This is what I made today.
It's that apple butter.
Putting on the toilet.
Yeah, I don't need to see your stool samples.
Yeah.
What's that, barbecue sauce?
Yeah. If I could, I'd send you some, but I guess you're just gonna have to come over here and get some.
Oh, we did some baby back ribs last week. Oh my gosh, were they good? We're gonna do them again 4th of July.
Killing me.
Actually, there's another 2 quarts in the fridge. That's what I spend all day doing is adding stuff and cooking it down. And now I got 2 quarts of homemade barbecue sauce. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it.
I start with Sweet Baby Ray's and doctor it up from there.
I thought I messed up. Any good barbecue sauce has anchovies in it, right? Just a little bit where you get a lot of salt and flavor from. I opened up the wrong can and put sardines in it.
Ooh.
I was like, oh God. And of course, go ahead and make a double batch, sweetie.
What is that smell?
As soon as I put them in the blender, I went, wait a minute.
Oh my
God. I was like,
anchovies don't taste like fish, they just taste like salt.
I was like, those are the biggest anchovies I've ever seen.
You know you can buy anchovy paste. It's in like a tube and you squeeze it out.
Right.
And there's no mistaking it at that point.
I got them out. And put my anchovy strips in there and went on from there and then let it cook for about 3 hours, I guess.
So you had to get the saltines out and finish off the sardines at that point.
No, I threw them in the trash.
Those Mexican guys get those great big cans of sardines and a whole box of crackers. They'll be over there with grapes and crackers and sardines. I'm like, God, I'm glad y'all are up on the roof because you're going to stink after this.
Hopefully that hot air rises.
Oh, yeah. It's like a 1 pound can of sardines and they'll share it. You know, just scoop them out with the cracker. Lord. We got one framing crew. They bring a little barbecue grill out and then bring that ham. It's kind of dried ham, and they'll throw that on that barbecue grill. Oh my God, it smells good.
We got I say he's a kid. He's a young man at work, very early 20s, but his mom is Puerto Rican and his dad's Cuban. And some of the food he brings in that's left over from the night before, oh Lord.
Some mofongo.
Everybody can't wait for Thomas to go into the break room and heat up his lunch. That way they can go smell it. That man eats good, I can tell you that.
Because all the poultry plants, we got a big Marshallese population, and they have what they call saltfish, which is basically tuna that's been turned into jerky. That is good.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
They marinate it in teriyaki.
To enjoy that, though, right?
Well, it's fresh tuna, ahi, and they marinate it in teriyaki. Then they sprinkle like kosher salt on it and dehydrate it. Oh my gosh, it's that good.
It sounds edible.
It's not fishy at all. It's more like it's like beef jerky, teriyaki beef jerky.
Wow.
But they take the meat and they cut it lengthwise on the muscle. So I mean, it's It's just like jerky, but it is made out of tuna, and it is good.
Huh. Never heard of that.
I haven't either.
They call it saltfish, but it's just tuna jerky is what it is.
All right, guys, let's shut her down. Shut her down. Short chat.
Shut her down.
Any
Well,
last words, you guys?
It was good to be here while I was here. Good to
It
cut
was-
up with you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good evening.
It was fun to have you guys on. Didn't think anyone was going to show up tonight. And as usual, it went everywhere. Yeah. So everyone in the side chat, love y'all, and we'll see you next week. And you guys, thanks for coming on.
Oh, you're
Good
welcome.
evening,
Jim.
gentlemen and ladies.
Good night, Chico. Good night, Tin Man.
Yeah, Tin Man says, boo. Yeah, well.
He hadn't got permission to come on yet, so sorry, Tim Man.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. And thanks.